Okay, so picking up where we left off, the Moonstone Masquerade delved into the Convoker's hold, finding both Mara and Krissa, helping to save them both from their plights. Afterwards, you will return to the Court of Shades, reuniting Gethin with Krissa, and coming up with a plan to stop Malik's less than gracious rule of the Court of Creation. We will pick up in the morning after most of you have had a nice night of eating food. Some of you, one of you, drinking a lot. But yeah, so I'll go to the mana map. But yeah, what would you guys like to do? We'll say it's about 8 o'clock ish in the morning.
5 more minutes.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to have a look for Archeron. Is he where is Archeron?
James,
is he in his room?
James, what did happen to Archeron last night?
He got white girl wasted. I think we established he got white girl wasted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be coming at a mechanical disadvantage for the sake of the rest of the party.
Fine.
I personally don't mind. I don't mind, but I don't want the rest of the party to suffer for a character.
You just wake up like an hour later.
Yeah, I have done character moments before where the entire party suffered for him. So I just think that maybe if Sidon brought him home, like they find him the next morning, like just like asleep with his head in the sink, like in the like come in the kitchen and he's got a towel on the floor and he's lying on the surface with his head just in the sink, and like the water's just like running and like warm water's just running over his forehead, and it looks like he may have been a little bit sick in the night, but he cleaned up after himself.
Morning.
What happened?
What
What did you put in my drink?
I didn't put anything in your drink. You just kept drinking.
Oh, my head.
Yeah. Do you remember our conversation from last night?
The one about how many mystery meats could I eat in 25 minutes?
No, not that one. The one about you being the best at everything.
Oh, thank you for sharing my opinion. Oh.
No, I don't share your opinion. But I just wanted to check if you remembered. Look, I'm gonna be honest. It sounded a bit evil.
Evil? What did I do?
I don't know. You just like say that eventually I can control everything. All I need is magic, and then I can control the very fabric of reality. The usual type of. Yeah,
well, okay. I think I'm just gonna have some orange juice and get rid of. He's gonna pull some out of his mouth.
As Archeron goes to grab some orange juice, you know that scene in Harry Potter where Harry and Ginny are kissing, and I can't remember which brother it is, but one of the twins goes in, is like holding coffee. You see Cassian sort of, he's a rogue, so he walked in quietly with a cup of coffee, just goes,
and I'm like,
morning.
I was still shushing him. Yeah.
He got absolutely bladdered.
No, okay. So I just want to be clear, I'm not planning to take over the world. No.
Who's planning to take over the world?
No, God,
He puts head on the door.
No,
What's going on?
What I meant was, Sidon...
Can we stick to the tri-state area first?
Well, sorry. Can somebody make me some dry toast? Or plain white rice?
I can make plain white rice. That sounds like fun. I haven't had that in
Can
years.
you? It's not a small game.
Yeah, no, I can make rice. I'm from the dynasty. It's like a national dish.
Okay. Okay, so what I meant was, and he's like, I don't think he wears makeup. I say obviously, I don't think he wears makeup, but like do you know when you sleep and you just collapse and your hair's like vertical on one side?
Yep.
Like someone spray painted it. He just looks really dishevelled, and he's clearly quite stiff from sleeping on the side, and he's like cracking his bones. He goes, what I meant, Sidon, was I want to be able to control my world, my environment. And there's a lot of things changing, and I don't always react well to change, so I want to be able to control what I can control and make everything as good as possible around me so people enjoy the area around me. I'm not saying I want to rule with an iron fist. No. I want to have a nice house with nice furniture and pleasant music and a good ambient temperature, and I think I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, I'm going to
No, I'm
hand
good.
over a bucket.
I'm going to have a bath. Bring me my rice.
Bring me my rice, servant.
Bring me my rice. Just, and like I imagine porridge is a bit drunk as well. I'm going to have a quick bath.
You gave the bird alcohol.
Well, I think like porridge would have just been like, because they're linked, aren't they? They share senses. I think he's just like a little bit dazed, like contact time maybe.
Just like waddling slightly.
Yeah, but he's, I don't want you to worry. I'm not about to do anything silly. Than I have in the past.
Well, that does make a little bit more sense, and I understand where you're coming from. See, last night you made it sound a lot more. You made it sound a lot more like you wanted to control everything and be better than everyone and everything, and I was trying to tell you that that's just not possible, and there will always be someone better.
Well, there's always going to be the best, though, right?
I mean, that's depends what you consider the best.
Cassian
have a
comes
bath.
and walks out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a bath. He's gonna have like the hottest bath imaginable. He's gonna boil all the alcohol out of his system. And he will be back presently.
I have a very important question. Does he sing in the bath?
I think he's a shower singer. Yeah, for sure. I'm a shower singer. I don't have baths. I don't enjoy baths. If there is a shower, I think I naturally gravitate to showers. And if there is a shower, you could be like maybe after like 5 minutes of like, when the hot water's finally like decrunked his neck, you start hearing him like singing Flagpole Sitter or something like I'm not sick but I'm not well like that. Maybe after a little while, and then after 15 minutes or so, he comes back downstairs looking, I think, pale, but at least he's put together. He's changed his
Alive.
clothes. Alive, yeah. Yes, I'm. Lichdom does not attract me. As you see, paleness does not become my skin color.
But yeah, so what is it that you guys are doing sort of in the morning as you're... Well, yeah, what are you doing as you're getting up and moving about Umbra for the first time in a while? For the first time for Cass, for the rest of you, for the first time in a while.
What is the plan? Are we going back and save whoever we can, or revolution?
I think we're going back and we're kicking Malik in the nose.
Yeah, but are we doing that directly, or are we
Nose.
trying to save more people, or get more allies? Because this is an archfey we're talking about.
That is true. But look, I'm gonna leave the plan to you guys. I've got my plan, and it's to kick Malik in the nose.
Well, one question I had.
Who's kicking who? Where? And
One question I had. How badly do we want to defeat Malik? And this might sound strange, but I just want to I want to grasp everyone's like desire to hurt him.
Well, I think he's downright a prick. He also forcibly teleported us into a place that he wanted to try and kill us in. So I'm game to beat him up as badly as I can.
Well,
Kill him, maybe not.
Due to my connection to the Court of Shades, I don't particularly want to be known as somebody who goes in and kicks his ass, as that could be seen as a political thing. I would rather go about it the other way, but I'm not going to stop you if it's a unanimous kick his ass vote.
Well, the reason I asked, whilst I was in the shower, I had a thought. I'm going to call it a shower thought. Bear with me. But I had this idea that there's a pretty good way of removing him from the board entirely, using his own logic and locking him in the Convoker's hold. That requires very little planning and possibly very little setup from our side.
Does he not have control of the Convoker's hold?
Well, no, because this would turn the populace against him and the guards.
I also think he didn't have much control over it. Otherwise, he would be a lot more open to teleporting in and out and just keeping an eye on it. We know he doesn't keep an eye on it, so...
My thought, and I wanted to broach this as a group, because it's risky, and it's... I don't say it's probably the cruelest thing I've ever said, so I need you to. But this is it occurred to me, and I thought I was going to voice it. Which is I asked about how much people wanted to threaten him. The amulet of Periphalon corrupted Cryovis and drove him mad.
Yeah,
we could put it on to Malik and curse him.
Now, I like where your head's at. I really do. It's interesting.
Archon's like quite uncomfortable when he says that. It's clearly like, you know, when it's definitely like an internal, you know, when you're walking along on an escalator and you want to get past someone and they're taking up too much space, and there's that part of your brain that's shouting, kick them, like down the stairs. But you don't do that, right? You ignore those thoughts. He's voiced one of those thoughts and is very like, not ashamed, but like he clearly isn't comfortable with like the train of logic, where that train ends, you know, where the consequences end for that decision. Like,
I like where your head's at, Archon. But if we saw what it did to Mara, we saw what it did to Cryovis with that curse. Now imagine that on the scale of an Archfey. Imagine the destruction he could wrought.
Well, this is what I mean. If he was corrupted with it, then the entirety, all the other Archfey would be able to step in to lock him into the demiplane of the Convoker's hold.
We would be setting a precedent because other people will know, I think, that we did this. And,
what we have to think about is
connection to the court.
Mm-hmm.
It could represent a shift in public opinion, shall we say?
We also risk war with the Court of Creation, maybe even throwing the entire balance of the entire Feywild into whack.
I think what you're saying is a decent idea, to turn him what would be deemed as insane in the same way that we saw it affected Cryovis. And that probably would make the other Archfey do something about it, but the main concern for me is the casualties before they step in. How do we know that? Yes.
I had thought of that as well. Sorry, the thought was to lure him to the hold somehow. Wouldn't be difficult. We could attack the. This is it. This is the problem. You see, this is why I wanted to voice it before I said we do this, and to gauge how not aggressive, how ruthless we should be. In any conflict, there are going to be casualties. I know this, but this is going to be the first time we preemptively engage. This is not. But we need to be clear again. This is not self-defense. We are not going in here to save ourselves. We are going here to. Let's be clear, we're not even going there to save friends, okay? They are alive in there. They are maybe not well, but none of them are actively being hurt, and those that are being contained have been contained for a long time. So
we are talking about destabilizing a government system of power. Yeah.
What we're discussing here is an attack, and so how far are we prepared to go? Are we looking to kill people? I'm not super jazzed about that. Are we looking to lock Malik down? Are we looking to force him to step down? That may be the best option.
I do wonder, what was his original plan with sending us to the Convoker's hold? was it to kill us,
I think so.
or was it to trap us?
Yeah, I think it was to
I
kill him,
think
to be
trapped
fair.
because
The-
all the creatures in there were trapped.
Well, he
That
he
is
tried
true.
to feed us to a monster that he believed was more powerful than us.
Lest we forget, though, we had gone in there and accused him of things.
Yes, it was a
And-
defense mechanism
yes.
from him. It was a knee-jerk reaction. He shouldn't have done it. But as far as he's aware, we are dead. He didn't see us come out. I don't believe that we told anybody. We got out and we came here straight away. I don't believe there's any way that he would know, other than if he was aware that Mara wasn't there anymore.
So if you went and checked.
Maybe if he went to check
But
it.
we know he's not one for
He
going in
doesn't.
and
He doesn't.
checking.
He doesn't
That's what I
check
mean.
that place. So
And also, I hate to do this, devil's advocate, if, hypothetically, someone was to come to Gethin's court and make unproven accusations and be a figurehead from one of the other courts, would Gethin be outside of his realm of power to take punitive action against that person? Because that's what's happened.
well, I don't think it was punitive. I do think it was a defense mechanism because we kind of hit a bit close to home for him. I think if you look at it, like you say, our accusations were unproven. There was no reason to just teleport us into a chamber that would try to kill us. It's not like anyone else was in the room where it happened, Hamilton.
I think if,
And
if
looks at her
this,
forearms as Hamilton.
I think if this
Looks like a dead
situation,
foe.
Who the fuck
this-
is Hamilton?
if this situation had have happened in the Court of Shades, Gethin would have had the means, I'm assuming, God might tell me I'm wrong, to banish that person from the Court of Shades, rather than trap them in a death pit and and make an attempt on their life. I think he would just tell them to leave the Court of Shades.
Or
don't-
if he does genuinely think what he's doing is right, could easily just do a whole court hearing with people defending him. The fact that he was so quick to get us out of there means that he knows
panicked.
what he's... Yeah, he panicked.
He panicked. He panicked and he showed us his weakness, and his weakness is his pride. But we were...
I understand that weakness all too well.
Well, I know you do, but what I'm saying is our assassination on his character led to his attempt at our assassination. So, because we called him out on his behaviour, that, in my opinion, does not warrant murdering somebody.
I agree.
So what he has done, in the eyes of all of the other Archfey, I believe, would be deemed as wrong. Because what he should have done is sent us away, banished us from the court, and made it so that we weren't allowed in again. There are plenty of people who are banished from the Feywild and the courts. You know, you wanted to visit I can't remember which court it was you wanted to visit, Archon, but you had to have a reason to get in. It's not as if it's not as if all the courts you can just waltz into. There are ways and means of getting in, but some of them are a lot more heavily protected than others. And he would have had the ability to tell us to leave, or banish us, or even teleport us out, and he didn't. He teleported us into a room in which I think he believed we would not come out of. And that is an assassination attempt.
But what we're discussing now proves that what he did was right.
Well, this is why I don't want to go in and, as Sidon so gracefully put it, kick him in the nose. I would like to go about this in a way that doesn't... Yes, in a way that doesn't make us out to be wrong in any way. I want to go about it the right way.
I have an idea.
Everyone
Is
brace
it
yourselves.
kick him in the nose?
No. Feel free to shut this down. But we brought up the idea before we even met Malik. Now, what if we did his stupid game? What if we, fought in his game and got the prize? Now, maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Maybe in my brain it sounds like it should be in an arena full of people, but like an audience. He seems like the type to put on a show for his like constituents. So what if we competed in his game? He wouldn't.
In
my opinion,
he
he
would allow
wouldn't.
us to compete in his game.
Well, that's the thing. I don't. If he does put on a show for his friends, then I don't think he would stop us from competing without breaking his pride and showing who he truly is.
I think that considering he tried to kill us once, doesn't know that we've got away, if we marched up to him and said, guess what, we survived, we're still alive, now we want to challenge you in front of all of your friends and everybody that respects you, I don't know if he's going to just kill us on the spot. He's already attempted to once.
I don't think he can without risking political backlash because of your
But he
connection.
already has, that's what I'm saying, he's already attempted to.
Yeah, but not in a public way.
But
I
I don't think it matters.
But this is the
He
thing. If we go back to him now, he's not in a public setting. He would still be in his room, and we cannot set it up that he is with people because then he would be, why are we doing this? We'd need somebody to go in, and who he hasn't met, who he doesn't know is with us, set up a challenge, and then we show up when he's in a public space. But I just think there's so many ways that could backfire. I think we have to be political about it. We have to gather allies who are against him, and I don't know, I just think if we go in all guns blazing, we're going to cause more harm than good, and people will die. Because we've seen very clearly that he's not opposed to killing people. Or having his things kill
having his
people.
minions kill people, which does beg the question: does he like to get his hands dirty? Is he strong enough to get his hands dirty? I know I keep going back to this, and I do understand he's an archfey, but it just seems so often that he just pushes the job onto someone else.
Well,
That
I want to
makes
know,
me think that he may just be not that strong.
the creature
Well,
that he
he-
sent us to fight, he was attempting to have the ability to cast a wish spell or something.
Mhm.
What would he
That
need
was-
that for?
well, it's the spell Wish has limitless application.
You guys at this point would hear a knock on the door outside.
There'd be
Go away! I'm naked.
You hear
You
the
are?
voice. You hear a voice say, "I don't care if you're naked. This is also my house. Can I come in?" And it's Sable's voice.
Come in.
Wait.
Oh, that
Sable.
changes everything. Come on in.
Please don't remove the towel.
Now he's fully clothed.
Sable walks in.
Please don't take your pants off.
Does she look disappointed?
No, you can't tell. There's a skull.
Okay. Can I insight?
The skull looked disappointed.
You can certainly try. But,
Insight with
no.
disadvantage because there's no emotion on the skull.
yeah. You see the eyebrows fur. Oh, the eyes just like squint slightly.
Ooh.
But yeah, Sable walks in. Gives like a polite slight like bow. And says, "Well, I assume everything... Well, you're here. Maeve said that there was a chance that you could have all been killed, which wouldn't have been very good. But you're all here, so I assume something went well."
Yeah, we didn't die.
Tit for tat.
Yes, he did
teleported-
try to kill us. Kill us? He tried to kill us. He tried to kill us.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Sable.
Teleport.
Nice to
killers.
see you.
So,
Hello.
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 I heard you talking about
Unwell.
wishes. Thank you. You look awful too.
How
Thank
long have
you.
you been outside?
Like a minute?
A minute.
So
You're waiting on the door for a
ease.
minute.
You've been dropping ease.
No.
Eve was.
You've been dropping
You've been
Eve,
dropping
sir.
no Eve, sir.
I have been dropping no eaves, Sidon. I have very little interest in what you're saying.
Okay, so
Um,
hypothetical question, Sable. What would an
Yes.
archfey want with a wish spell?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Hmm.
You see she like sort of stands here and very dramatically sort of moves her hands, and she's like leans the stick she's holding on the side, and starts to give like a very
start a musical number.
yeah. So all back to Hamilton. She like gesticulates with her hands. Don't worry about it. But she says, "Well, in the Feywild, the act of casting a wish, the act of an archfey casting a wish, was actually banned."
Oh. Sorry, I don't mean to sound as excited about that as I am.
Sometimes I don't remember all the lore about it. It was something to do with the previous archfey of the Court of Creation.
Why does it always go back to that court? What? Maybe the archfey should vet the person in charge of that place.
Well, no, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that archfey used a wish spell which got the attention of some not great, I'd say people, not great gods, which then got that archfey smited from existence.
Which gods?
Hold on, let me look at my list.
If there's a smiting happening, probably Celesta. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he also said not
no,
to say that. We tell them that.
It wasn't any of the gods that are well known. It was Phalathos.
Do I know that name?
I think it's been said enough that I will just give you the title. Phalathos, before they were sent away, was the Delver in the Deep, which is the god of greed, madness, and darkness. Smited out of existence to the point where no one knows their name anymore.
Smoten by the Dweller in Darkness and his ilk.
Yeah, yes. This was a long time ago.
And so
like people forgot his name?
No, his name was forcefully forgotten by the dark gods that smote them.
Smoten. Smitten?
Smitteth?
Okay, so say an archfey was to use a wish spell. What would or if the other archfey were to, because I assume it was the other archfey who banned it.
It was the remaining that were like, no, let's not do that anymore.
What would happen if they were to be given evidence that a fellow archfey was trying to, what's the word? Acquire a wish spell?
Well, the difference would be acquisition or used. Acquisition would probably be frowned upon. And I don't know, they might. Depends on the means. They might, be maybe under watch by someone else. One of
slap on the wrist.
Under watch from one of those from the Court of Warding, I believe.
And what if they were to be, just as a hypothetical, if I'm going to look at Archer, I'm going to say this: if a very knowledgeable, powerful wizard were to write a scroll that was a wish spell, or what they would assume to be a wish spell, and given it, and the archfey was given this wish spell, not really a wish spell, but you get what I'm doing here, and they were to use this fake wish scroll, would that be enough?
This is a lot of hypotheticals. Probably not, because the act of casting a wish is very powerful to the point where it is likely known by those around it if the spell is cast. So if it was a fake, I assume it wouldn't have the same effect.
No, I know, but if it was to be that we said, if we brought some people together and told them our plan, and that we believe the archfey would use it.
It's more the act of the casting, not the intent of using it. It's the act of...
what if...
everything's a little bit backwards here, maybe. I don't know what to tell you.
What if... So we brought up the idea of acquisition being frowned upon. What if the archfey could control quite easily,
I mean,
say, like a summoned creature.
if
Of some
in
description.
that case, it would probably be, in. I mean, I'd have to read the fine print. I don't know exactly, but I mean, if that was, if they caught wind of that and that was, shown to be true, then there would definitely be some action taken.
But the spell actually has to be cast, correct?
Yes. No, it's not like innocent until proven guilty, but it's kind of like that. Like you can't. It's
circumstantial evidence.
Yeah,
it's a caught red-handed type of situation.
Yeah, it's like if how do I, if someone was going to commit a crime, like basically if there was evidence they were going to commit a crime but they hadn't actually done it, they wouldn't be as punished as if they had actually committed the crime.
That's also just to pick up on what you were laying down, Maeve. If I'm following you, you wanted me to create a scroll of wish,
A fake
or
one.
something, a fake one, to present to Malik for him to use. That's what they call entrapment.
I don't think the Feywild cares about entrapment.
Well,
I mean, the Feywild doesn't really, but it would still have to be a real wish for there to be any real action.
But we
taken.
can't risk him using a real wish spell because we don't know what he wants it for.
Yes, plus it'd be very difficult to find a real wish spell in the
Yes,
Feywild.
exactly. But we have the evidence that he's trying to acquire one. We also have the evidence that he attempted to kill us, and we have the evidence that he's trapping very powerful creatures. Surely, with all of it together, would the other Archfey not step in? That's what I'm not grasping.
I will say, Maeve, that a lot of the evidence is a matter of he said, she said type of situation.
The trapping of powerful creatures is, as awful it is to say, all of the Archfey would know that he traps things. He creates these, rooms to trap things. They, assuming they don't know the intent of what he's trapping, but they would know that he is, that is something that he does, and he is within his right to do that within his court. The issue of trying to get you all killed, while bad, I mean, you all survived, luckily, but sounds bad to say, because you all survived, it's tough to
this clearly wasn't trying very hard.
Do anything about it. Because obviously you all are there for, you could say he tried to kill you, but he, as was said before, he is an Archfey, and he has sway, which would put it against you.
I have one more quick question, Sable.
Yes.
I understand Archfey are powerful, but how powerful are we talking about here? Are they close to that of the gods, or?
I mean, I've never met a god
are
personally.
They mortal?
I've never met a god personally, but they are mortal, but they are pretty close to demigods, I would say. That's maybe the best I could rank it at, but I've never met one.
And
Who
is there
did you-
a hierarchy?
Oh,
Oops, sorry.
Too
I
quick.
interrupted. Sorry, go on.
What was it, Saturn?
I said, is there like a hierarchy? Do you have like a ranking of the strongest to the weakest
No.
in terms of them, or are they all relatively close together?
I mean, I'd
in
say
their
they're all
power?
relatively close, but also there isn't a ranking, because they all have, very different skill sets. Like, it would be kind of unfair if Asim, the Archfey of the Court of Elements, were to fight. I'm trying to think. Hold on, I'm going off the top of my head here.
Court of Shapeweavers.
If he was to fight Ilora, the Archfey of the Court of Phantasms, that would be. I mean, it would just be uneven because he's the Archfey of Evocation and she Illusion. While both obviously very powerful, in a fight, it's if you know what I mean, it's a bit stacked.
Mhm.
So it's sort of hard to gauge strength because they're all very strong in their own ways.
I understand.
I'm completely losing my train of thought. I came here for a reason. I'm here to teleport you if you need to go anywhere.
Well, on that note,
There is one other thing.
okay, you go first.
I was just going to say, Maeve, Gethin does want to talk to you before you leave.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, keep going.
No, my
I need to
my-
get that out of my head because I was going to forget it.
my question, first of all, to you, Archer.
Oh yes, hello.
Who did you say? Who did you say Chris's mum was?
Give me. It was the Archway of the Court of Charms, whose name is Alindra,
Alindra.
the
Cool.
endearing.
And can we assume that Chrissa has an okay relationship with her mom, or is she not on speaking terms?
I mean, you can see from last time they were at least on speaking terms, but it didn't seem like she cared. She cared very much.
Okay. Never mind. That idea is fucked. I was gonna go and try and appeal to that one, because then the more if we go, and I'm assuming that we can get Ilani, because Ilani's chill as fuck. Gethin, I'm pretty sure if Gethin knew that some of the others were, on board, he would probably be like, okay. The only one I'm worried about is the one that Malik's friends with.
Isn't he friends with the one in the Court of Elements who is an evocation specialist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for fighting a man who's a walking elemental bomb, but
No, I just wanted
Sable,
to try and let people know what was happening.
Sable would say, well, it might take some time, but if you want, I can put in a formal complaint with the Court of Warding.
How long is a while?
Anywhere from 2 weeks to a year.
Oh, God,
goddamn bureaucracy!
Yeah, they're inundated with a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm going to
Well, I have a sorry to cut across you, mate. I have a question then, Sable. With what we've said, with what you've been told, and how being more familiar with the Fae than any of us, when it comes down to replacing a archfey of a particular area, would you say the best way to do it would be for the existing archfey to find their position untenable? So, for example, the populace turning their backs on Malik as a ruler. Would that be the most effective way, or would he have ways and means to maintain his foothold if that were the case?
Well, it depends on what you mean by effective. If he was to, if the public, as you say, were to lose favor with Malik, that would certainly damage his ego and his hold. However, with Archfey, in most, if not all cases, a new Archfey is only called at disappearance or death.
And how are new?
Pulling an Ernesto de la Cruz on this guy?
Put a large bell on his head.
No, the other one.
What?
Get a secret recording of him being mean to somebody. Comment.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
post it everywhere.
how are the new archfey chosen?
They're usually chosen. Well, it depends on the court.
So how was Malik chosen then?
Malik, after they who shall not be named because we literally don't know, was
let's call him Stephen.
After Stephen was forcibly taken from office, I believe there was 100 years or so when there was no Archfey, and it was a bit of a power struggle because they didn't expect their Archfey to, vanish in a day. And then I believe out of all of them, Malik came out on top through not by force, but he was proven to be the strongest among the people who were trying to gain that power. And then once he had ascended, this is before I was here, once he had ascended to the top candidate, I believe he did some ritual that gave him the title of Archway? This
This
is not really my
ritual-
purview. I don't know.
Would Gethin be able to tell us more about this ritual?
Perhaps more than I would, but I know it varies from court to court.
So just to inquire,
Mhm.
if you become an archfey, do you get more powerful, or was Malik always at the power of an
He
archfey?
would have already been pretty powerful, but I believe the ritual would have enhanced his powers
I
yes.
see.
because
Is there?
it takes more than a normal phase power to rule over that large an area.
Mhm. Is there? There's maybe a question for Gavin, but is there a way to remove the ritual? If we
Not
can-
that I would know of.
I think that even Gethin would be reluctant to tell us that information.
Yes,
That would
and I don't
be-
know if he would.
I wouldn't be comfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable asking for that. That would be
Yeah,
like
it's like giving him the key to his own distraction.
yes, yeah. It'd be
We wouldn't
Not
use it on
not
Gavin.
that I
but-
think you
But-
would, but
no.
like
but
he still
we
wouldn't
would-
want to risk.
What if we were captured and forcibly?
Yes,
Dominated.
and it's a bit of a sore subject. Gethin's had some of his power diminished before, and I don't think he wants that again.
It's basically asking Sidon what his weaknesses are.
Yeah, it's just be like, don't,
I am very open
whatever you
about
do,
my
don't
weaknesses.
put poison on the mystery, mate. You know what I mean? That's his
Well, I'm
kryptonite.
very, very open about my weaknesses. My legs are shot.
No,
but
they're
what
not
about
your
him?
weaknesses.
Pride.
You skipped leg day, but that isn't your weakness. If there was a
That was a
busting
way to
assassin
permanently
holding a plate of steaming meat, you would be gone.
Well,
fair play though. So would James.
Sable leans very close to you, Simon, and says, "Well, if there was a way to say permanently remove all of your ki forever, that would be pretty bad, and that would be considered a weakness."
I've experienced that before.
Yeah, imagine that, but with a lot more power and a lot more permanent.
So, if, for example, those manacles, if they were to be on me and I couldn't remove them, I mean that is not the worst thing that could happen to me, but that would be effectively what I can't do anything else. Oh, Jesus,
Would be pretty bad. Yeah.
What if we I'm just spitballing ideas here.
Mm.
So
Right.
I understand Geffen wouldn't want to tell us this information, but what if we found out the Court of Creation ritual on our own terms and found a way to remove the Court of Creation ritual specifically
I
in
mean,
our own terms?
I don't know if you'd be able to find it. Because, I mean, I don't think they just have it written down.
Presumably,
That's true, but we know
So-
someone who's very, very old who is probably in the running for archery but chose not to take it, and then that person was trapped and doesn't like Malik. Been there
so
since at least the
just to
other
stop you there,
archer.
son. I don't think we can replace Malik whilst he's still in power. We need to, if you want to replace him, he needs to be removed, and then a replacement will be alive.
I'm
We can't.
not trying to replace him immediately. I'm trying to remove his power of an archfey, bringing him in line to us a bit better so we can deal with him.
I don't think that would be possible. I like what you're thinking. I don't think that is the route to go.
Within his own realm, I think that would be near impossible. Yes.
Mhm.
It's good though. We're thinking outside of the. I'm glad we're having this discussion.
I'm going to pop over and see Gethin. I will leave you to your conversations. I'll be back. She's just gonna go.
Okay.
I will wait for that until these guys are finished. I just wanted to say she's walking over.
Well, is there anything else you need? Listen,
I can't
if
think
you're
of it.
if you guys are going to go and kill Malik, I would love to watch.
What are the potential ramifications for Gethin and Maeve if we do that?
Forgetting, well, honestly, I don't think much. Like, I mean, the only ramifications for Maeve would be the same as for all of you. I mean, someone might get a bit mad.
To
Would
my
we-
understanding, what Geffen explained yesterday, he basically said that all the courts are very insular and don't really mingle, and they would look at something like this as like an internal affair.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
wouldn't
there's,
really
I
give a
mean,
shit.
not to get in specifically, but like for Elindra, there's a lot of, like some of the Archfey, some have a lot of children, and it's, I mean, not that I don't think it's ever happened where a different, like an Archfey from a different court has gone and stabbed another one and killed them, but I mean, I can't see there being any major ramifications.
Well,
I-
let me position it this way then.
Yes.
So, as a group,
Mm.
The 7 of us, 8, sorry, 9, 10, however many there are now, it's hard to keep track.
That's
We're
fine.
multiplying like rabbits. As a group, we
Should get that
somehow
checked out.
we somehow resolve the issue of Malik, which let's say all goes well and we're able to do it without any bloodshed, even of Malik's side. We're able to strip him of his power, blah 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 blah. At that point, presumably, that will gather attention from the other Fey courts. Naturally, would we still be welcome within the Fey realms? And also, were it to get back that Gethin's, I hate to use the word offspring, but I can't. There's not a better word for me immediately.
Daughter.
Gethin's, well, no, because he has more than one, and he hasn't been actively. He didn't raise her. Because of a pact, he is her sire. It's a horrible word, but okay, let's
No, yes,
whatever.
I mean,
yeah,
you could also
you know
go
where
with
we are.
child. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are many other words than just offspring.
Well, I know, but so look at it from the view of the other courts. Okay,
Mhm.
Gethin's child and a group of mortals have arrived in one of the courts. In fact, in 3 of the courts, and in each of the courts they've been into, they have been part of some rather seismic activity. We got into a battle underneath the Court of Shapeweavers. We destabilized the environment within the Court of Court of Creation, and it turns out that one of our number is the child of Gethin in the Court of Shades. So,
Well,
we'll follow that logic to
Public
the next
knowledge.
step.
How public knowledge is that?
Well, I think that once it gets out there, that information will be accessible for anyone really, because we've not been. There are many people in the court who were there when it was announced, when Maeve realised what's happened. There's spells like Legend Law that we'll mention it now because it's part of the fabric. Maeve told Malik what's happening, so that news is out there. We have to accept that's out there. So what I'm asking is, from the other courts of the Fae, will we be welcome again, and will Gethin have to separate himself from Maeve because she's part of this group that's destabilized this other area? Do you see where I'm going with the logic?
I understand what you're saying.
My concern here isn't out of my own well-being. I never came to the Fae before, and sad as it would be if I was unable to return, that'd be fine. That's not my concern. My concern is for Maeve.
Well, to my knowledge, and obviously I'm not all-knowing, but I have a relatively decent grasp on these things, I don't think anything would directly impact Gethin, because, as I said before, Archfey have, some Archfey have a lot of children, and that, it's inevitable that something like that would, not
The
like that.
Greek
but-
gods.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean Therosian gods?
Zeus.
It's inevitable that they are going to go to other courts and do something, whether good or bad. So I don't think anything would affect. Sorry,
No, nothing.
I don't think anything would affect him. As for your and Maeve's relationship with the other courts, I mean, I guess it depends on the court. I don't
we
think you'd
know
be
that
complete.
he's friends with
Mm.
at least the court of
Sim.
elements, so he
I
might
don't.
not be
I
allowed
don't
there.
think. I don't think you'd be completely barred from every court. That seems a bit drastic. I think that they might be a bit wary of you, and maybe, as you say, you might not be allowed in the Court of Elements. But who really wants to go there anyway? It's all volcanic and shit.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. But I don't think that it would be that crazy. They might just keep you at arm's length.
I'd say we just. I'd say we destabilize the culture. Let's go.
Before you do go, Sable, and
Well, I'm going to be around because I
going to be
need to teleport you.
Oh well, I don't think I don't know when the plan is to leave. Are we okay to nip out into the town again?
No, you're not allowed. Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I can't see whether or not you're joking.
This is my joking voice.
Well, no, it's no raised eyebrow, no wink, no.
This is no. It's very simple. This is my normal voice. This is my joking voice.
Also, I, in a fit of pique last night, asked Gethin for a Pegasus.
Oh shit! Yes, he did mention that. I'm gonna do this. I don't know. And she follow me. And she steps out. I feel like Sable has the weird uncanny ability to. She's like a contortionist because it's creepy. So I think she goes to the window and just like contorts herself through it.
That's incredibly awful. Wow, amazing.
There's a door over there.
Yeah, well, as Archon's like getting himself stuck, like help!
And then you see she does some muttering, just like muttering in Sylvan. I don't know what I said.
My notes are gonna say Sable says some wild shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure what you just said there was she mutters the word mutter in Sylvan.
Sure. She says whatever the fuck in Sylvan. And after I don't care. And after however long it takes to cast the spell, you see from the ground growing out from initially like these vines, these like almost slightly withered vines begin to grow out the ground, and then they sort of cast over in shadow in the vague shape of like a horse. And after however long it takes to cast the spell, you watch
10 minutes,
as
I'm afraid.
I don't care. Okay, you're sitting down for 10 minutes. But yeah, after 10 minutes or so, you see from the vines this almost the best way I can describe it is like a Thestral from Harry Potter, but with a bit more like meat on it and stuff. Appears from the ground, and Sable looks to you and says, "That is well, they I don't know are yours."
I'm not going to check. Okay.
This is a scroll for the spell in case it dies.
However,
Gethin was very stern in saying if it dies twice, I'm not going to do it again.
no, that's completely fine. Thank you. If we do see Gethin, I'll be sure to thank him. But on the off chance we need to shift it, please do pass on my sincerest thanks. I'm going to call. And he just like
also
slightly.
I was told that you have a tab at the bar that you need to pay.
That must have been Sidon's.
No, I was specifically told the man with the glasses.
Oh.
I put my food on your tab, Archeron.
Anyway, I'm gonna be over there.
I was gonna target Sidon exclusive with intelligence saves.
I'm literally just the messenger.
Okay, I'll try not to shoot you. Thank you.
I'm gonna be over there. When you need me, I'm gonna check on Chrissa. When you need me, I'll be around.
Thank you, Sable.
She goes back through the window.
I'm going to walk around and ride my horse and pay off. How much do I owe the bar?
Can you roll me 3d10 plus 5?
Jesus.
Oh my days.
Christ. Oh, that could have been
wow,
more. So
you're
it's
lucky.
10 gold.
10 gold.
Wow.
Okay.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I'll give them 1 platinum.
But yeah, so we'll cut over to Maeve. Watron is figuring out the horse, and you all are talking.
Mhm.
You can see that the door to the throne room is open, slightly ajar, and we'll change them up. Yeah, so the door is slightly open, and you can see currently Gethin seems to be talking with that like triad-looking guy.
Yeah. I think she'd just wander in.
Mhm.
Probably very used to it, so
Cool.
just kind of stand and wait.
Oh, I
For him
forgot
to
Cass
finish
was on this map. Sorry.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, she's not
Um,
gonna go over and interrupt. She'd just wait.
You see Gethin talks for another 2 or 3 minutes. Like sees you come in initially, like gives you a like a nod of like, oh, you know, you're here.
I'll be
Talks
with you
to
shortly.
yeah, give me 1 second. Talks to he finishes talking to the treant, and then sort of walks over to you. How was your night?
I slept like a baby. Very well, thank you.
Good. Everything all right?
Yes. We're currently attempting to formulate a plan, but it's going about as well as you can imagine.
Mhm.
So.
Well, I would say I back you fully, but I can't. But you know, whatever you need to do. That was it. Sable must have gone round if you're here.
Yes, you summoned me?
Yes. I wanted to ask something because it was on my mind yesterday, but I didn't have a chance to ask because there were a few things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to ask about how you all managed to cure Mara.
When we were in the Court of Creation, there was this strange area, and it kept jutting between what looked like the rest of the Court of Creation and like purple rocks, and then there was this giant circular stone thing that suddenly was there, and when I went into it, there was, I can't fully remember the details. I had to cast darkness to be able to see, which doesn't make sense.
Something of the Shadowfell, then.
Yes, and I found I still have the effigy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I take out the effigy and be like, I found this.
May I?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can see it's engraved.
So takes it from your hand. That's a massive. Sort of looks over it and looks at the engravings and the design of it. This is definitely of the Shadowfell.
Well, when we found Mara, I knew of her history with the Shadowfell, and obviously, all I did was touch her with the effigy, and that seemed to stop whatever it was that was making her ill. I'm not sure how or why, and it was just a hunch, and apparently it worked. But we've checked her. Well, Archron checked her for curses and whatnot, and there's no sign of anything.
Yes,
so...
this doesn't have the sign of it either. That's... He shakes his head.
He's pissed off as well.
Yeah, he shakes his head solemnly a little bit. If only we knew sooner. Hands it back to you. The reason I ask, was out of curiosity, because, well, let me explain.
Tried for so long.
Yes. One of the reasons that I dislike Cairo so much is that when Mara was initially infected with the curse of Periphalon, Vodor prayed to them in an attempt to save her.
Mm-hmm.
And in response, Cairo themselves told Vodor to forget about it and to bring her to Cairo's cave where she could move on. On top of that, Cairo would not give any reason as to why they asked that of Vodor. Neither Vodor nor I had accepted that, so secretly, that's when we sought out Malik to house her, since the gods have very little sway here. Vodor was, I think, reasonably upset with the choice that he was given. And he pretty much stopped praying to Cairo after that, and had mostly given up with his partner gone and his god, well, not betraying him, but sort of. The only thing that kept Vodor going at that point was his daughter. And, sadly,
If
I know
I may, I'm aware that people will go to great lengths to prevent loss. I've seen it firsthand. But now, after I've met Mara and I saw the state that she was in and the conditions in which she was being kept, perhaps Cairo, as you said, the gods do not have much sway here. Maybe Cairo didn't know that there was any way to save her, as you didn't know. And this effigy, I'm still not sure how it helped, but maybe it was more of a I can't think of the word. Those days when you just can't think of words.
A piece. It was a...
Yes, something along those lines. Maybe it was all he knew to offer because of what it was doing to her.
Perhaps. It's too late to ask that.
Of course, yes. And obviously now she is well, but she's also very lost. And I mean, it's hard enough for Chrissa, who was there for 25 years, which I'm aware in your time, and possibly mine, I'm not sure, is not that long. But for Mara, it was much, much longer, as you're fully aware. And to come back to the world the way it is now is going to be a lot for her to deal with. So, a kindness, that was the word I was looking for. So maybe what Cairo was doing is trying to offer a kindness. And I'm very empathetic with the fact that my great-grandfather wanted to keep her alive.
Well, he searched for a very long time to find a cure and never could.
Of course, yes, and you would. It's not the same, of course, but there was a similar situation. Cassian, you met Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
I've already had a very awkward "this is my boyfriend" conversation with Atlas, so I don't need to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But you get it. Anyway, he met a young boy who was very sick. He had hollow fever. Is it hollow fever? Yes.
Yeah.
And tried for a very, very, very long time to find a cure, but unfortunately, the cure that he found it too late. And so I know that people will go very far to try and save their loved ones. And sometimes, as is the case with Mara, it does more harm than good.
Yes,
So,
and that's the conversation I had with her after you'd all left.
is she still here?
I think she's staying at the inn, the bar. I don't want to say luckily, but her people live for a very long time.
Mm.
So I believe most of her family will still be around.
How did Vodor die?
Even elves don't live forever.
Hmm.
It
And
was
how long ago was
natural.
that?
Oh god, let me look at my notes, saw them. I will say about 500 years ago, or 400 years ago. Sorry, I'm trying to do the maths now. About 400 years ago.
Mm.
It would have been about 600, I believe.
Mm. Well, I'm glad that obviously you're still here for her. It's at least some comfort that she hasn't come back to a completely alien place.
Yes. The reason I told you that story is I'm not sure if Cairo will be mad at you all for going against their wishes, even if you didn't know about them. Or mad at Vodor and I for what they asked. For not doing what they asked. I can't foresee them being vengeful, but I thought I ought to tell you just in case.
I mean, it would make some sense. I assume. I know that Sidon, for some reason, is able to communicate with one of the gods quite easily. There's a messenger involved. It's a whole thing. Which is not great for Cass, for instance, because Cass has been trying her entire life to do the same thing. And I know that not all of the gods are willing to talk, but I tried for a very, very long time to...
Yes, Kara's one of the ones that isn't as willing to talk. But maybe not. Maybe if not Kara himself, one of their followers. I'm not sure.
Well, I assumed, because I didn't know about this, like gestures to the two of them, I assumed that my abilities came from Cairo being, the god of death and all of that. And I, for a very long time, looked into that avenue and I could never get a straightforward answer. I don't know if that's because there was some sort of ill...
Kara's not one to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know of anybody else who's been afflicted with the same illness as Mara who is still around?
Not to my knowledge. At least not in the Feywild. I don't look beyond, really.
I don't know if we told you. Are you familiar with Cryovis from the Court of Creation?
He shakes his head.
Okay, so not quite as cool as Sable, but sort of that kind of link, I think, between Malik and Cryovis as you have with Sable. I'm not 100% sure. Cryovis is like one of Malik's whatever you call it. Again, words aren't working. Archeron has the coin.
He doesn't currently, but yeah.
He had the coin.
I don't know if he's seen it.
I think he did. I think Archeron told Gethin, showed it to Gethin, unless I'm making that.
I don't
No,
think that
because
timing works
you-
out. I think it was
yeah,
after that.
because you left the Feywild to go to Pyro, and Pyro's when you got the coin.
Okay, right. So Archeron has a coin. I'm gonna kill you. Leave me alone. Sorry.
You see Grail, the guy in the back, says, "Sorry."
Archeron has a coin that is perpetually cold, and I think we've deduced that it is linked to. Is it Periphalon?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember things here. We've deduced that it is linked to Periphalon. As it is a cold coin, Crayovis, I should explain, Crayovis is an ice elemental. And so when we were trying to get information and get some way to get to Malik, Archeron showed him the coin, and he touched it. And when he touched it, at first it was not very obvious. He just seemed frightened, very frightened, because he froze completely solid. And there was this whole thing where we had to tip him upside down and shake him to get the coin off his hand. I'm not going to go into it. It was a whole thing. Sidon stole a key. I had a mental breakdown. There was a lot. But shortly after, when we went back to speak with Crayovis, he had gone completely insane. He was crazed. He was killing his own men. We followed him out into the wilderness and managed to, I think it was remove curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we managed to remove the curse. I don't know if that being the cold coin, Periphalon, all of this, I don't know if it's linked to the illness that Mara was suffering with.
It is. It's the same.
Yes.
The curse is the curse of Periphalon. That is its name. He sort of begins going back to his memory. When Vodor and I were looking into it, we couldn't find much. We now know because Periphalon was one of the gods that was banished, so not much is written about them, and anything that was written about them has been sealed away or destroyed. But what we learned is that the Curse of Periphalon takes hold when a powerful item or when a creature is affected by a powerful item of Periphalon or a powerful servant of Periphalon may affect them with the curse. However, we also learned that a creature born of the elements of Periphalon's domain, being cold and torture, they are more easily affected by it. Which is likely why a single touch from that coin caused Crayovis to go mad, and other people have touched the coin and it's just been cold.
So, if I, for instance, were to touch the coin, the curse can affect me?
Perhaps. I don't believe so. I believe it would just feel very cold. But I think if you were to have it for be holding it in contact with it for a long period of time, then maybe.
That's slightly concerning. We gave it to a friend to hold on to. But I think
for context, it is in the jam jar.
Yeah, it is in a jar currently, but I just hope that I believe they are smart enough to not take it out.
My suggestion would be, if they are smart enough, that's fine, but would be to, unless you have some plan for it, would be to destroy it, if you can.
Did we try and we couldn't?
Archeron can destroy it.
He can, okay.
Yeah.
So there's no use for it.
The only use that I would know for it is to spread the domain of Periphalon, which is not good.
Yes, of course.
So my suggestion would be to destroy it or remove it from the playing field somehow.
Right.
Because in the hands of the wrong person, it would be pretty bad.
Hear Sidon laughing in the background.
No, I'm thinking like Malik.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I gave it to Toro before we went there.
Oh, that's another thing. The friend who is currently holding on to it, lovely, absolutely stunning. Is it
Naga?
Are they a Naga? Or are they a
Yeah.
Naga-like creature? They are a Naga.
Pretty much, like, pretty much.
Okay, absolutely beautiful, stunning. Sorry, I when I saw them, I almost it was a lot. He,
Yeah.
he is a Naga, and he is currently trapped in a cave in the Court of Creation. One of the many creatures that Malik has trapped under false pretenses. I may or may not have mentioned that I have a connection with another Archfey, and possibly if we can get them out, they could stay here.
If they're willing to, I'm fine with it.
I mean, the cave that they're in currently, it's very beautiful, and I don't know, I'm assuming that you know quite a bit about Nagas.
Enough.
Yes, so whenever anybody goes into the cave and is like, oh my goodness, this cave is beautiful, that he gets quite uppity about it. So I was thinking, in a place like this, no offense to anybody in the room, the creatures here
He'll turn to look at you.
the creatures here are not exactly take your breath away, like something you've never seen.
You see Grail, the guy, the Wendigo guy who said sorry earlier, goes, oh, I polished my horns this morning.
Not you look stunning. But I mean, a lot of the locals, the lesser respected locals, they're not as eye-catching as this creature in question. So I was thinking a place like this, they would thrive in, because they thrive on being told that they are beautiful and stunning and compliments, and somewhere like this they would stand out. So my thought was 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. But I still need to figure out a way to get them out, because I believe they're under some kind of geas. And I don't want them to get hurt.
Shouldn't say this, but I mean, if Malik's the one who caused the gears.
Yes, I know. I'm just scared that if we go in and, as Sidon said earlier, kick him in the nose, finger across her neck, like...
Well, okay, I'm not saying you just walk in and hit him.
No.
But I mean, if you go about it slightly more tactfully and then hit him... What's he gonna do? Hit you back? Well, he probably would hit you back. I don't know.
So I think our current plan is to gather people who are against him and try and vote him out. But I don't think that's going to go well. And
my suggestion would be to gather people who are against him, as you say, and forcefully vote him out.
So... finger across the neck.
Listen, I might be the archway of a lot of dead people.
But that's not going to backfire on you if I am involved in that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And what are they gonna do? Kill me?
Okay, that was weirdly out of character for you. I will take...
Listen, it's been a long 24 hours.
I know, I will take your advice to the group. I'm hoping I will see Mara before we leave. But if not, please give her all the best from me. And thank you.
Shut up!
Thank you again
Sorry.
for having us yet again and allowing us to air our drama out somewhere. So, thank you.
Completely fine.
Okay.
No.
See you later. He comes out. No, I'm kidding. She turns to leave. Very gracefully turns to leave.
It's canon now.
No.
Too late, you said it.
I said it in my voice, not in Maeve's.
No one can steal finger guns from Sidon. It's his thing.
Yeah.
That's
Sidon
his exit.
invented finger guns.
His exit. It's always going to be his exit. No one else can do it.
Is there anything you guys are doing while Maeve is having that conversation and then coming back?
I think they wanted to go into the town.
Blackjack and hookers.
Mistaken.
Yeah, it wouldn't mind
I'm
hitting those shops
cool
again.
to-
Oh
yeah,
god,
I'm
Jesus.
cool
Okay.
to just sort of chill until we teleport back. But if Archeron wants to go into town, we can go over to Archeron.
You don't
Okay,
need
well,
to come with me. Like he's not
yeah.
going out drinking tonight.
Well, instead of going through all the, like, you know, doing all the roleplay, let me just see if I can find the fucking shops. Because, jeez, that was a while ago.
Have they not had any fresh stuff?
Do you think I think about shops that I made 4 months, not even 4 months ago? Fucking 7th of January 2024.
Hey man, I'm just saying, like both shops
If
fresh
you're
up
not
the stuff.
thinking
But if you don't
shopping,
take
what else are
DMing
you
seriously,
thinking?
actually, I can't help that.
Oh no!
I'm
Archeron's gonna die.
I'm taking your horse away.
Oh no!
Had it for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Try being horse girl without a fucking horse.
I can't even remember what was in
Then,
there. I mean, I don't need to.
then you're just a girl.
I can't remember what. I don't need to RP it, but there was some cool stuff.
Well,
in, I vaguely remember because there was a cool like.
Okay, there were two shops or three shops. 2 shops that I can see written down here in my old notes. There was the Mother Inga, who was the hag, who had like alchemical stuff.
Okay.
And then there was Blake,
How do you
who
spell
was running the Shade Forge, which is like, you know, armors and weapons and stuff. And then there was Whispers of the Past, which was the library bookshop.
Yeah.
Whose Roman was the
That was his name.
weird.
There's like a weird. I just vaguely remember him like hanging from the ceiling or something.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
rolling out the
The
ceiling.
description here was lying on a hammock, tied between 2 of the top bookshelves, is a shaded figure wearing a cloak. The head is looking down towards the door. The head just being a grey skull. They hold the book in their long, spindly hand.
Mm.
That's what I have written down.
Yeah, so don't need to go through it. There's nothing particular I want to like speak to them about. Just like I vaguely remember that the bookshop had some cool stuff that I couldn't afford at the time. And I don't think I took
in
that.
the bookshop in my notes doesn't have any stock.
Sold out, sorry.
No, it
No
says
books today.
Find books with first, some second level spells.
Okay.
And then that's where you also learn the foretelling touch spell.
Okay. Okay. So the other 2 then, the Blake and the hag lady.
Yes.
I forgot.
Isn't it like an owl guy?
He's currently not here.
He's a traveling
You
merchant.
can see you go past. Actually, no, there wouldn't be a birdhouse because they take their birdhouse with them.
They, to my understanding, they take the birdhouse with them. I tried to convince them to set up shop and travel to the material plane as well. I wanted to see him more.
Listen, Pete, they may have been in the material plane in a random encounter that you missed.
No!
That I had written down in my notes.
Campaign ruined. We have to start again.
I've got this specific. I'll just send it in general if there's anything. Blake's the guy who had the cat that you got for helping with the treants. That's what I have.
Sorry.
The cat that Maeve has sent.
No, I made the cat.
Well, no, you didn't make the
made
cat.
the
You turned
cat.
it into a familiar.
Oh, turn into
Yeah.
a familiar. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot we got awarded a cat. Yeah. Let's have a look.
I read that as Dreamies, and I was like, oh, he has cat treats on
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah, they're fake cat traits.
Fucking, it's Dream Lily.
What Stream Lily?
I wish you didn't point that out because I don't remember what I wrote for that. It's not an item. I'm gonna say they are dream cat traits.
Is cat dreamy in a dream catcher?
Here it is. Dream Lily, a psychoactive liquid that smells and tastes like your favorite beverage. Essence of first of all, it's made from Eberron. Consuming Dream Lily causes disorienting euphoria and brings about a remarkable resistance to pain. A creature under the effects of the Dream Lily for 1 hour is poisoned for 1 hour. While poisoned this way, a creature is immune to fear, and the first time it drops to 0 hit points, start being killed outright, it drops to 1 instead.
It's morphine or Vicodin.
It's what I can do anyway. So I'm not interested in that. I will buy then some a pair of sending
I will
stones.
say, written down below it, you can buy a small dosage of it, and they work as fake cat traits.
I don't have a cat. I have a bird.
Yeah, but Maeve has a cat. Don't you want to be a nice person?
It doesn't need to eat. It's familiar.
Is there any fantasy catnip?
That's the closest you're going to get to fancy catnip.
Would you like me to get you some fantasy
I
catnip?
would like some catnip for the.
Okay, right. I will get 1 dream lily.
Okay. That will work as like 10 doses of catnip.
Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of catnip.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get then because I can't remember if I sold my alchemy supplies. No, I haven't. So I'm gonna buy some alchemy. I've got supplies. Do I have an alchemy kit? I have 2 sets of alchemy supplies, but no alchemy. Can I buy an alchemy kit?
Alchemy supplies is the kit.
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't they the same thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Oh okay. So I'm gonna buy. Okay, it's all from the same shop. I'm gonna spend 250 gold, 200 gold on the sending stones, 10 gold on the.
They are from different shops, but yeah. Fine.
Okay. I'm still spending 250 gold, 200 gold on sending stones, 10 gold on the fucking cat treats, the fantasy cat trips.
So the 200 gold is from Blake, so that's fine. Yeah.
And then the rest of it, 40 gold on a combination of incense and alchemist supplies, 20 gold on each.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, actually, 20 gold seems a lot on alchemist supplies when I very infrequently use them, but I want to try using them more.
Do you need more than 1 kit for alchemy supplies?
No, it's just general supplies, supplies that you can use.
No, literally, I've got alchemist supplies in my equipment and in my backpack.
Probably told me I need alchemist supplies, and I just forgot
forgotten about them. Yeah. I also have a block of incense. I thought I'd never look at this shit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah.
Sand. Okay, I'll remove 25 platinum.
Are braces of defense attunement?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I was looking at them, I was weighing it up because that would be pretty beefy for me. Okay, right. So I'm gonna go up to the fella, and I'm gonna see.
It's the Shadeforge. What does he look like? He is a muscular-looking figure with sallow grey skin, orange eyes, and a mop of dark black hair. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show him the Spellbound Chain shirt, which is a +1 AC, and I've got advantage on saving throws against being charmed. I'm gonna ask him if there's anything he can do about, anything to give it the old Wimmy Wham Wham Wazzle. If not, maybe beefing up the boots of the Winterland, which are cold resistance only.
Yeah, he says, I'm just gonna do a low voice. I probably could. It would take time.
How long are we talking? I'll do a high voice.
It depends on which one and what you'd want.
Well, since I'm going up against some ice people, potentially ice people very soon, then I think it would be most beneficial for me to get the. Actually, sod it. No, I'm going to say the boots of the Winterlands because what's the word? I'm attuned to these. Oh, actually, no shit. I don't lose the attunement. Fuck. Okay, right. What could you do with the boots of the Winterland? What is the realm of possibility if I were to say 300 gold?
I could maybe make you. Well, what's their current effect?
Current effect is cold resistance and ignore difficult terrain created by ice and snow.
Okay. He says I could maybe make them more effective at moving you, basically increasing your movement speed by either 5 or 10 feet, depending on the amount you give and the time you give.
Okay, well, would it be possible to make them not attunement?
I would likely need more than that. Maybe
How much would that
something the realm of 600 gold.
600 gold. Bear with me one
And
moment.
time.
How long would it take?
I would need about 4 days, 5 days.
Okay.
Enchanting isn't permanent enchanting is a slow process.
No, I understand. Yes. Okay. I'm not
If you
leaving
come
them
back,
now.
I can do them at a different point.
Yes. I think that would be best. Because I can afford that. I'm not going to put a down payment because I might die or I need the money. But I do want to do that. That sounds
Well,
wonderful.
if you die, you can come and stay here forever.
That's a good point. Probably won't.
That's
But
a shame.
thank you for the offer. No, well, thank you for the offer. But yes, okay, no worries. Peace out, bye. Yeah, that was it. So what Archon
Looks to another guy.
Spend,
He was weird.
yeah, so Archon would spend a long time in each shop. He's clearly like waiting to be told he has to come back rather than heading back. Kind of thing. He's procrastinating on returning. Just add those into
We'll say that after about 10 minutes, Maeve gets back. 15, 20 minutes, Maeve gets back to the house. Obviously, Archon's gone. And then we'll say, obviously, I assume you guys will tell him, oh, he went out to get bread or whatever. We'll say after another...
We're making bets on how long it takes for him to come back.
After about 25 minutes to an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour or so, you see, Sable walks back in and says, is he back? Oh, for fuck's sake. And then she, picks up a staff, taps on the ground, and Archer, and you hear a message in your head go, when the fuck are you coming back? We're all waiting. The car's been
an hour.
The car has been started for half an hour, wasting petrol.
He is. I'll be back presently. And presently, he is back.
Presents.
I have some bad news.
Bad news?
Yes, bad news. I told Gethin about the coin and his oh my god, my fucking brain's not working. His recommendation was that we destroy it. Because in the wrong hands it will spread sickness in the same way it did with Cryovis and Mara, and it has no purpose other than to spread that sickness.
I'm all for destroying it. I don't know if I actually voiced the opinion on it after what happened with Cryovis, or if it was just before we dealt with Cryovis's curse, but I'm sure I mentioned something about how it seems like it's a lot more dangerous than we initially planned, and using it as a cold box for our lunches was kind of a bit of a mishandling of the situation.
Wait, hold on.
It's like warming up your meal with a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Putting your fucking rancher's burger to heat up next to the yellow cake uranium.
And then there's me with the bag of cold-im.
Yeah. No, so
well, that's fine. That's just magic.
Obviously, I told him about what happened with Cryovis. I told him that we gave it to
Tori.
Alright, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Nick
I don't know
says,
what's going on.
no, Cassie does Tori.
Alright, thank you. I told him that Torai is currently looking after it. He did say it's significantly more, the curse is significantly more effective on creatures born under
Of Barrelor's domain,
domain.
which would be cold and torture, but you don't really get torture creatures.
And therefore, well, that is why Cryovis was affected so heavily by it. And obviously it's in the jam jar, and it wouldn't affect us as quickly. It's just very cold. But he said that if you were to hold on to it for a long time, well, he didn't specify how long, but he said it could affect somebody not of that domain. And I'm just hoping... I'm probably right to assume that Torai is smart enough not to take it out, but the last thing we need is Torai being afflicted with...
I don't think Torai has thumbs, so he can't open the jam jar.
Torai had 2 legs.
He does
Yeah,
have
but
all
tiny
the,
fucking T-Rex arms.
What if he gets it with his teeth?
I was going to say, he's got very... This sounds really weird. He's got a very dexterous tongue. He's like a snake.
Yeah,
He's also got a prehensile tail.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I did tell him. Like, I think I was pretty explicit.
Yeah, you did tell him not to open that.
Okay.
Listen, I'm assuming that Torai is not going to open it, but
Well, I mean,
I will-
the important question though is in terms of, you say hold on to it for, are we talking about how radiation works, as in like...
Well, if that was the case, Archon would have been afflicted because he had the jam jar for a very long time.
Yeah, but we don't know how long though, is what we're saying.
It's been, I think, about a month, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it could be longer, is what I'm
No,
saying.
probably not even that long, like 2 weeks.
No, longer than that. Yeah.
No,
about
we got it
one.
as we left Pyro.
Yeah, which has been a while ago.
Has it been that long? A month?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Easily.
spent-
You've
you've
done
gotta
travel
bear-
time.
Yeah, true.
Travel
Okay.
time,
That's what I
and
mean.
there was a direct. We spent an actual week of
I
downtime.
keep forgetting we spent a
in-
week just chilling out, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, is it could be a really long time, as in, but it will eventually, even if we keep it in the jam jar, it could do it. If that makes sense.
So,
I haven't.
So you planning on staying with us?
No,
Okay.
So as you say,
because that would
I've
be a
got
direct
some-
link to Gethin.
Yeah.
As you say, you've got some bad news. Archon's like braced, and when you say it's about the coin, noticeable relaxation. Like, okay. The reason I'd kept hold of it isn't curiosity, one aspect, but it's going to sound very strange. I could feed it to Rayard and give him a little bit of juice. So I was holding on to it as and when we needed it, but I can just give it to him. It's like
Wait,
the
what would that do to Rayon?
well, he consumes frost shard crystals to gain power and essence, I assume. I haven't really asked too much about it, but he gets a small modicum of power from it. And so I was holding on to the coin very much as you hold on to RPG ammunition in Resident Evil games. Right until the very fucking end, and then you never use them.
And I was just looking it up. I have written down that you guys had your meal with Captain Penrose. Remember when you guys had a meal with Jordan and his husband?
Oh yeah.
On the 10th of Emberfall. This wasn't obviously the exact time you got the coin, but it was about that time. You had that meal on the 10th of Emberfall, and it is currently the 18th of Silverstar, so it's been over a month.
Okay. Crazy. Yeah. Well, I think we had the meal, and there was like 2 days of dicking about. Not dicking about, but there was 2 days of stuff.
Yeah.
And then left, and then I. So
Yeah, it was something approximately that time.
going back, perhaps 40 sessions. Oh no, 30
Casually.
sessions. 20, 30 sessions. I'm just looking. Oh no, all my pictures have gone because I've changed laptops. Do we know who put the coin in Helene? Like, do we remember?
It was an
do we-
assassin.
It
that
was
snapped
an
a spear.
assassin that like they had an icy dagger, and the dagger was like,
Yeah, but like
yeah, you were never given a description.
this is a coin, right? Like.
It's in the shape. I mean, everything like a coin. It's in like the vague shape of a coin. I remember there were multiple bits of it.
Okay, I know. Yeah, I remember pulling like a small shot, like a tip out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is it the same thing? Like he stabbed her with like a one of those plug it into, unhook your trolley from the other trolley things, left the 50p in, and it's also taken the tip of his. Okay, that's fine. I just couldn't remember if there was a specific name we had. But
No,
just
you were
some
not.
general assassin.
You were not
Okay.
given a description or a
Okay,
name.
that's
no.
fine.
You can assume
cool.
it was like a knight of Periphalon.
Samurai of Periphalon.
Ninja of Periphalon.
Yeah, assassin. Yeah.
But,
AOB, assassin of Periphalon.
Alb.
But
Alb.
if you gave the crystal to Rayod, what happens if his soul gets cursed by Beryl? What if he becomes Beryl in your book? Or would he whisper sweet nothings in your ear, or?
I
That's what you want,
I
Simon. That's what
anticipate
you
that's not
want.
going to happen for a couple of reasons. I know how much you love punching me in the face. Any opportunity, but I don't think that's going to happen for reasons. One, it wouldn't be the first time I did it. Not with the coin specifically, but frost shards have been fine. I think I've done it at least once. With the other thing we extracted from Helene, and two, Helene. I think, I mean, he kind of looks where Rayod is, and he's always like about 20 feet away. After that, you're gonna leave one. I'm not sure he's like, I don't want to say evil, but like, I'm not sure he's completely on the side of the saints.
I
to
can
start
hear
with.
everything you're saying.
And what I'm saying, Rayod, my friend, is that you are a free spirit who doesn't conform to the norms of society.
Yeah, I'm neutral at best.
Okay, he's admitted he's neutral at best, and I've given him a voice for you. I think the best word for it is
They all think
barely
you're crazy.
tolerates me. So I don't think he would use me if he could get rid of me. And I would glance over to him as I said, if he could get rid of me, he would glance over.
Shaking his head.
Mm-hmm. Yep, nodding.
I wouldn't.
Oh, he said he
Wink,
wouldn't.
wink.
Oh. Well,
He's
thank you.
shaking his head, not nodding.
Sorry.
I wouldn't because you're holding the book that has my soul and it would then be stuck
No, what
in
I
a...
meant is if you could have somebody else hold the book.
Depends on who. At least you're smart-ish.
Oh.
What happens?
This is the
What
you've ever
if
said to
he?
me.
Are we thinking
what
Simon
happens
here?
if he? What happens if he takes control of your body?
I don't.
Trades places.
I don't think he could. I have
don't
nothing to
think
base
I
that on.
could either.
He says he doesn't think he. But then I'll look at him with a really shifty eye. That's exactly the kind of thing somebody would say.
What do you want me to say? And he
No,
gives
it's
like
fine.
and he
I
gives
don't
like a
think-
very he gives like a very like it's like a smile.
From my understanding, Rayod, you're looking to return to a physical form, your
That
own
would be
form,
great.
which is a frost elf. You don't want an alling form, for some reason. You want your own form back, which is fine. Completely understand that. As soon as I figure out a way to make that happen, as is convenient, and as soon as you figure that out as well.
I don't believe you.
No, if we have the option, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Because I'm your book.
I mean, you could write a new book.
And also, would the book
But
be
it was
destroyed
my
then,
book
or-
first.
That you're correct. It was your book.
Are you?
I hate this
Archon,
guy.
are you having an argument with him? Am I getting half
No,
conversation?
we're in agreement.
Maeve, you can see that Sen is looking up to the general direction that Archon's looking. You get the sense that Sen's the only other person that can see right now.
Amazing. I can see through Sen's eyes, though, can't I?
You can
You
try.
share senses, yeah.
Can I try and have a look at what Red looks like?
You don't see anything.
Fuck.
I mean, Archon did do the major image of Rayod when he was talking,
Yeah.
so we know we got an idea of what he looked like.
Red looks at Sen and just says, "This bitch."
I
can't
like to
like-
think I like to think when Archon was doing that and
Oh,
making the major
Jesus,
image
James.
talk.
Yeah, sorry.
I like to think Archon made Rayod sound a bit goofy when he was.
Yeah, I think
talk.
canonically I did. Did I give him like a lisp or something?
Mm.
I don't know. Make him sound like Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck.
Something like that.
What's up, Doc?
Like a taff. Yeah.
Flickering fuckataff.
Yeah. So
Wait,
yeah,
that's my Simon voice.
So Archon is. I genuinely don't think that's on the cards. Were Rayod to be... I think that if Rayod was to be earth inclined, he would have used the echo to, I don't know, whatever. But he's had plenty of opportunities to step in and take over, and he hasn't done so.
The reason why I wouldn't do it is because it already happened once. It would seem like I was reusing the same plot.
Yeah.
What?
Who said that, Rayod or the DM?
Both.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think that's on the cards.
Just all staring at the cat.
Yeah. So if you want to, Red, if you wouldn't mind just leaving the room. Oh shit, we can share senses. It doesn't matter. Anything you tell me, he hears. Anything I see, he sees. So it's kind of pointless coming up with like a secret code word. Unless
I'm not going to do it. And if I did it, I would be more subtle than. Oh, you're blue now.
That hadn't even occurred to me.
I feel like what I've done here is I've caused some friction between you and your.
No, not really.
Rail looks at the cat because the cat's the only other person that can see him. He just looks at Sen and says, "Maybe he's changed right now."
The cat's meow.
The cat's like, "What the fuck?"
We're off the point. Rayod, you seemed interested in the coin before. I have no qualms in allowing you to, for lack of a better word, devour it, consume it, whatever you want, when we get it back from Torai. I can't think that Torai would have opened it. I tried to be very explicit about how dangerous it was.
I would like to point out that if someone told me not to open a jar with a magical coin
Yes,
in it,
but this is that's you, Sidon.
Everyone in the room says, "Yeah."
Did you notice how I didn't give you the coin?
I'm with Sidon on this one. As in, like, you tell someone not to do it, you were kind of.
Well, I didn't say don't do it and left it at that. I was clear that it was dangerous, and I think I even told him what I thought it was, which was a relic of Periphalon. Which, the reason I would open a jar that someone told me not to. Oh, what could possibly in it that's so dangerous? But someone says, don't open this. It's got these three things. It's got fleas in it. It's got
It's it's like a part of a long gone god that's bad.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, okay.
It's got a jar full of an potential eldritch horror in it. Who would be dumb enough to open a jar like that?
You see Sable cuts in and says, "Well, speaking of Torah and thing, where am I teleporting you to?"
This is the reason I asked if you were staying with us, because I think we should get the coin as soon as possible, but also I don't know how long it's going to take us to get from where Torai is to where Queenie is.
Yeah, it took us. So, am I right in thinking it took us
we teleported
day? Yes,
it took you a day to get to Eidolon's Reach. Maybe slightly less if you went directly there, and then from there you got teleported.
And we got teleported to.
You got teleported to the marina. How
long would it have taken us to actually walk from Eidolon's Reach to the marina?
To walk, it would have been probably about another day.
So we're looking. If we go to Torai, grab the coin, go direct to Eidolon's Reach, we could look into the poverty area nearby, see about grabbing some allies, and then direct going to the marina. So we're looking at about
Sable
2 days.
Sable says, "Listen, if you'd like, I just can't be there for very long because I don't want anyone seeing me. If you want, I can teleport you all to Torai. I would need to know general area of where that is because I can't just teleport you anywhere. I can teleport you."
Cave.
I can show a map. I
think it's literally called Torai's.
Yeah,
no, that's what it was called on the map that Asher did. Yeah. So I would just need a general area. What I can do is I can teleport you about there. You guys can go and quickly get it from Torai and then come back, and then I can teleport you near Eidolon's Reach. I can't really be seen there because then they know that I'm with you. Whatever the fuck. Wait. So sorry to cut across you. I realise. Are you able to limit other creatures' teleportation abilities?
No.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
But yeah, I can teleport you there, and then I need one teleport to get back, so that'll be the last thing I can do.
Okay.
So
If that's okay.
Do we want to go to Eidolon's Reach after Torai's cave?
That's right. I
Or
can
do
technically
we
get
want
you like
to-
anywhere. I can get you to near the
Yeah.
hold.
That's what she said.
If we get near the hold, we can then tap on the ground to summon Tess, and we can go back to the Queen and set up there if that is a better position. I was only thinking if we were walking from Torai's cave to Eidolon's Reach, we could try picking up allies there. But if it then would be stuck taking a couple of days getting back to the Ice Queen herself. So, it's,
Sable, do you have any teleportation knowledge of any teleportation circles here
Here.
in the Court of Shadows?
Shades.
Sorry.
There, for convenience sake, there's one. She moves over here. There's one under the carpet.
Okay.
Under the rug.
I don't have the spell prepared, but tomorrow we can get ourselves back.
cool.
Okay, so can you show me that map?
Shazam.
Map, okay. Scans it. I've, been there before-ish. 1 second, I'm just getting up the rules for teleport.
The rules for teleport is if you are
I got it.
familiar with the place, 100, and
Yes. Okay.
depends on your familiarity. And
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what I'm judging the familiarity as. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I said it seemed casually. Which is 54 to 100 is on target. So yeah, you I don't think you've been teleported by Sable before, so I'll make something up. You sort of see these vines, these roots begin to grow up around you all pretty quickly. As she's chanting the elements to the spell. And then as sort of those vines grow sort of up and around you, there's this sort of shadowy thing, similar to when she summoned the horse, that envelops the area, and it's all very dark for a second, and then in a flash, those vines wither away, and you are outside of Torai's cave. Where is it? I won't even change the map, I'll just... yeah, I will, because you guys like the Torai map.
Do some imagination.
That's fine.
Will we have to take a short break soon?
Yeah, we will in a sec. Just do this and then we'll take a break. I'll do this conversation and then wherever you teleport, and I'll just describe that area and then take a break.
This is still so cool.
Torai, still badass. But yeah, so you teleport outside of Torai's cave, you're near the entrance. And I assume you'll walk in. Let me change the music. You will go in, and you can see Torai vibing. God, what was his voice?
That's quite... Oh no, that's definitely not it. Quite old and slow, but maybe a little bit grander.
I thought it sounded quite high.
Say that
be
to
honest.
his face.
Well, it was I think it was slow and broken because he was being sarcastic and I didn't pick up on it. Because he was like, "You silly fuck."
Oh, maybe I think it was something like that. Yeah. I'll do this. This works. Yeah. So you.
I cast haste on him.
Yeah. So you walk in and can see Torai is where he always is because I can't move him. And you can see
So big, so he can't move.
yeah. But yeah,
What
he's
you're gonna
unbound.
have to do if we do ever get him unbound,
No, I
you
know.
have to take a screen grab of his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
and turn it into a really large token.
just have his head poking out of a wall. He says, Oh, you're back.
Yep. Hello. Well, we're here. We're queer, and we're going
course I
to.
is.
Speak for yourself.
Oh. Well, this is why we needed to fill in the contracts, because there's so many things we don't know about each other. Okay, so we're here. Our sexual preferences are as yet undisclosed.
I couldn't care less.
Okay. Okay, big boy. And you are. We're going to try to.
Did he just call me fat?
No,
Yes.
long,
No.
long boy,
Yes.
long boy. It's even worse. It's like a fish.
What?
Uh,
What happened, Andron? You had so much respect for Torai before.
I don't
and then
know.
all
I
of a
haven't
sudden-
slept in
Alright.
days.
God.
I
Okay,
think what
so-
Archeron is trying to say is the coin.
Mm.
Would it be possible for us to get it back?
Yes.
Did you open it?
No.
Cool.
You see, he moves over and like in this like crook of the tray, he like leans down, bites it with like the jar like lightly with his teeth, and then leans over and gives it to you.
We're
I'm gonna let
going to.
Archeron take it.
I'm going to. What we're trying to do, Tori, is we're going to try to. I'm gonna mage hand it off him. We're going to try to de-seat Malik from his place of power. Not 100% sure what that's going to look like. If we call on you, will you be able to assist us?
I can do what I can from here, but I'm stuck here.
Mm. Oh, what was her name? The Queen.
Sylphine.
Sylphine. We spoke to Sylphine. And I'm going to try to read his reaction. His snake-like reaction.
He says he sort of like looks slightly maybe conflicted. And he says, "Is he still working for him?"
No.
Nope.
She is,
She's kind
I
of like
would
a
say-
pirate now.
I would say, his most active dissident.
Good.
Yeah, she's like set up. She's set up like a group of people, and they raid like transport vessels from the marina towards the towards his Summoner's
Summoner's
Crown, seat
Crown.
of power. So
Good.
in a way, kind of like a pirate.
Well, I'm glad she has some sense.
I think they have a friendly like Leviathan or something that I wanted to maybe have a fight with
That's
at some point.
Not getting off the point slightly. She wasn't able to go into any detail, but it's clear that you, when we mentioned we'd met, she seemed pleased to hear that you're well.
I am unable to speak of the situation either.
Mhm. If there was a message, perhaps you would like us to pass along, we do intend to speak to her soon.
I don't have anything to say.
Get fucked.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Oh, Tora, there was another thing. I spoke with Gethin, and when we get you out of here, I say when because I won't stop until we do.
I'm gonna kick him in the nose.
Sidon's going to kick him in the nose. You have a place to stay in the Court of Shades if you so desire to.
Perhaps I might need to be here to help with whatever comes next.
Of course. Just if if you did need, I'm sorry, this is very annoying. The cat's got into the catnip. No, I just wanted you to know
Trying to
that.
pounce at Rayard.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that your options are open. You're not stuck here. I don't want you to feel as though you are any.
He gives a nod, says, "Thank you. I will consider it."
Cool. She's happy with herself. She's like, yeah.
So I assume you will say your goodbyes for now to
Goodbye for
Tori.
now.
Goodbye for now.
Ta-ta for now.
Okay.
GTFO.
And then you head outside and see Sable is like, she's got like she brought a cloak with her and she's like shaking a little bit. It's cold.
Hang on, wait, Sable,
Yes.
are you cold?
Yes.
But I thought you were undead.
No.
Oh.
What?
Wait.
Why do
Let
you
me
think
see.
she was dead?
I actually
No,
do need to see
undead.
what her. I do need to see what her classification is on her.
Well, she's got a fucking
Hold
skull for a head. I don't want
on.
Yeah, I
Be
thought that
like-
was just the race of the Wendigo race.
So give me 2 moments.
Well, have
She's
you
also
ever
in the
heard
court of
saying,
necromancy.
I feel it in my bones?
I don't think that I've made like a uninformed logical leap here. I feel.
I mean, no, I have a class as Fae.
Okay. Okay. My apologies. I thought you were methodical.
I would like to say that there's a lot of people in the Court of Shades that are like clearly living. Like there's a hag woman there who clearly would be a living hag woman. There's also a couple of ghosts over there.
Oh yeah,
Well, a lot
the
of them
hag
did-
that you give your full name to.
Is
Just
it really
say
my
right.
full name if I don't have a last name?
That's
Yes,
yeah, it's
it
even
is.
shorter. It's just an even shorter full name.
Speaking of things we've got in the Court of Shades, Maeve for Sen, and he's going to hand over a heavy bag of catnip.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
Don't worry about it.
Thank you. I'm not going
So-
to give it to him now. No, said.
Oh,
In
We're about to
the,
do things.
the bag is weirdly heavy because within it, Archtron's put one of the sending stones, but like not like visibly handed it over, but it's like a bag of catnip with a rock in it, basically.
Artron, did you pay the tab off at the bar?
Yes, Sidon, I paid for your meat. Oh my god, that sounded awful.
That
Oh.
did sound
Oh.
awful.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
the reflux.
I don't want to rush you.
Oh,
Where are we
yeah.
going?
Mhm.
As close
Well-
to the water as possible.
Preferably on the side with Summoner's Craft.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. You roll a D100. I will. That's worse.
33, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hands it right in front
that's
of Malik.
worse. But that would be fine if she's very familiar.
I wouldn't. Okay. So.
We're in front of Malik.
Yeah.
Oh!
What the fuck?
Well, remember that we all have water breathing, so if she teleports
Yeah.
us to the middle of the
True.
lake, we're okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
what's
but
gonna
the water is
happen?
freezing cold.
I do
It
have
is also
water
mostly
walk, I
ice,
think.
so you'd have to be really unlucky to land in the water. Okay. So yeah, you okay. Near the water, Summer's Craft. Near the water, Summer's Craft. And as
Be a
she's,
good
as she's,
cliffhanger if you want to take
I'm
it
gonna do it. As she's chanting, you see those vines wrap up around you again, and they immediately have that like frost effect on them. As she's doing it, and you can see she's trying to say the incantation, but like her mouth is chattering a bit, so she can't get it out properly.
Diagonally.
Diagonally. And those shadows wrap around you, and you're like, okay, we're gonna be. Hopefully, we're in the right place. And those shadows fall away after a second, and Sable isn't with you.
Oh no.
But you look around, and you can see multiple braziers.
Don't say pieces of.
No, you can see multiple like points of firelight, and there is a lot of snow falling from the sky.
Oh.
And that is we'll take a break. Okay, so jumping back in, you guys have just been teleported by Sable. Sable's
Ellie.
no
Sorry,
longer
sorry, sorry.
with you, but Maeve will get a message. She's saying, "I'm all right. Just what the fuck." But you appear, and as Pete had correctly guessed, you find yourself in the center of the Convoker's Hold.
Oh, not this place.
That's convenient.
I know, right?
There are guards here.
However, you see two
Which one's
guards that
Oh,
are
guards.
yeah
Didn't you give that guy oatmeal?
different.
No, it's just
It's just the same token.
same token. We've only got one ice giant token. This isn't the cool one. This is an evil one.
Yeah, he's pretty cool though.
Yeah, because with them, so.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys appear in, and these two, one ice giant and one sort of fey looking. I'll just like make the token bigger because I don't think I've shown this one properly. This fey looking caster type person turn around to look at you, and they both immediately. You see the ice giant unclips the axe from like his back, and the mage sort of begins to flourish a spellcasting thing. And yeah, let's have some initiative.
Oh yeah.
I just had to spend 5 minutes dragging in all my tokens. I love it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So, question with your horse, by the way, is it actually
It's
a
not a horse.
huge creature?
It's a large.
It's a
creature.
large. It's a
Large
Pegasus.
creature.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Honestly, so on my turn, sharing my initiative but acting immediately after me, I have 3 creatures. so fucking stupid. Oh,
Can
dear
I-
me.
Do something on my initiative roll.
Yeah.
Can I use my tactical wit feature and roll a second wind die to see if I can increase my
Yeah.
Haha,
increase
that one
my
again.
thingy?
Oh my god, Matt.
Alright. So I've never done this, by the way. This is new fighter stuff. I've been avoiding using it. The only reason I had to change to new fighter is because I changed to new monk. So
Oh yeah, they're not compatible, are they?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
they are
So
technically,
it's-
but
It's a bit weird though to do. So,
yeah.
Right. So that's an
9.
added 9. That's not
9.
bad.
So you go up
10,
to
11, 12, 13,
14.
14. Yeah. It's a lot better.
I thought the Evan, but she has 2 in a row. So as you teleport in, maybe you get a message from Sable saying she's all right. I'm sure you're fine. I'm just gonna go. And you see these two like soldiers of Malik get ready to attack. Like they look ready, like they've been told to attack you guys on site. But yeah, Maeve, you are going first. Let me change to combat music.
Um,
Can I ask before as well? Is there only literally just 2?
There's just 2 of them.
enemies?
Yeah.
Okay. So these aren't anything.
Those are the you were here last time.
Oh, you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are
icons.
they're the icons that like show vaguely what's in the chambers.
Okay.
I will say as well, ice giants do not fuck about.
Yeah.
They
Oh, no,
are-
it was just more for the fact it's like, okay, so what are the other stuff?
You get the sense you can see this guy. It's I think I called him Schmeichel, the alert frost giant who was outside Malik's the Summoner's Crown yesterday.
can I get a
Woo, you're exactly right.
Can I get an intelligence saving throw from the big guy?
From the ice giant. Oof.
I don't know if that's a good call, but I'm assuming it's a good call
16.
because he's a giant. Yeah.
Oh, is
So-
this synaptic static? Oh.
Synaptic, yeah, so he takes that damage.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, and he has muddled thoughts for a minute, so he has to subtract 1d6 from all his attack rolls, ability checks, constitution saving throws, and he can make an intelligence throw at the end of his turn to get rid of it.
Cool, that's never going away.
Amazing. I love the fact that we've got so much like utility damage spells on the field.
What's
Uh,
the intelligence save that he has to make? as well?
He has to make it 18. He's got -1, so I have to roll a 20.
and
Or a
then-
19.
As a bonus action, can I get a con save minus d6 from the same guy?
Okay. What's this for?
Grasp of the Grey.
Okay. So I'll minus these after. Oof, really high. I'll minus
Minimum
these
21,
but
Yeah.
yeah.
It
20.
doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, they got high con.
Yeah.
This is for the damage one?
No, this is the one that keeps them in one place.
I think, does that not
They're
do damage as
restrained.
well?
It does. At the end of your next turn, they take 1d12 additional necrotic damage whenever they take necrotic damage. On a success, their movement speed is halved. They go until the end of your next turn, and they take.
Well, it's 4 damage whenever they take necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But his movement
cool.
speed is halved.
Cool. Is that
Is
Maeve's
that when
turn?
they succeed?
Yes, the success is
Ah,
halved.
okay.
Is that Maeve's turn?
Yeah. And then
Cassian.
Cassian is. Still need to
Steady aim,
get him.
shoot.
We need to get him a better bow.
I mean, he can bonus action steady aim and then shoot.
Yeah.
I can also, if he needs it, on my turn, I can give him a holy weapon.
These guys shouldn't be.
No,
just
that
going
no.
to-
yeah.
So
They're
yeah,
kinda
I'll have
fodder.
him steady aim shoot. That gives him advantage. doesn't
Advantage.
it?
Yeah,
Which gives him his sneak attack.
if he hits. Yeah,
21?
21 will hit. I assume this is the giant.
Yeah.
So that's 29 points of damage. Ow.
Resistance
Yeah.
to non-magical piercing?
Nice. There you go.
No, they're just back
That
to hit
is-
points and
It's
combat.
just got thick skin.
Yeah.
Nice. It's the mage's turn. First time I've used this stat block. Let's see how this
We
goes.
are so grouped up.
62 damage on that guy.
Yeah.
Love
Uh,
Yeah, we're so grouped up if we get fireballed.
So this thing's going to. How smart is this thing? Yeah, it's smart enough.
It won't have fireball because it's an ice demon, right? Ice.
Go on a cold.
No,
This
no,
is
cool.
what the stat looks like, by the way. Oh, the creature.
He has ice ball instead.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Oops, that's a thing. 1 second. Okay, yeah, this thing is going to.
Throw a snowball at us.
Yeah. Oh, stop reading my notes. Yeah, so it's going to. It's just gonna hate you guys, I think. It's gonna make one attack against Drac, and then one attack against Nyx. Yeah. So this first one will be against Drac. 29 to hit.
That's amazing.
Jesus. So it sort of looks to you, has like a, does like a Sherlock Holmes analysis on you, and is going to summon like this ball of lightning energy as it throws it at you. So you take 17 points of lightning damage.
What the fuck? Man?
And then it's going to look to Nyx and try and do a similar thing. 19 does hit. Does she have? Why would she have shield? She's not a wizard.
Clerics get shields, don't they?
No,
No, they get like
not she not like the spell shield.
Hmm.
Hold on. That's 16 points of damage to Nyx. That's 17. That's the wrong number. I just typed it wrong on my keyboard. As a reaction, though, Nyx is going to try and Hellish Rebuke. However, it's with her Warlock, so it's a DC of 11. Dex save. 7! No, it's got advantage against spells! No! Nyx, you tried. For 7, half to 3 points of fire damage. You tried. But that is the mage's turn. It's gonna just like step a little bit forward. Cast.
Yes. To be nobody has been hurt, so.
The ice giant's been hurt. If you wanna
Spread out, spread out.
if Matt's
Oh,
pals,
yeah.
but I still have Slab's character up when I was being
I'll
stupid
move
earlier.
Here.
Yeah, you may have to actually use it in a minute.
Yeah, it's a full
Power's
power
good.
cut in his hand.
Yeah. Rip.
I hope that doesn't mean that all of Burton.
But yeah, Pearl, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm moving there.
Mhm.
And I'm going. Fuck! It's Guardian of Fate, not. Oh, Guardian Spirit. Fuck.
You can change it if you want. If you pick the wrong spell.
It's fine. I'm just going to.
Okay.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Hold
go
on.
for it. It's fine.
Did you mean to take Spirit Guardians?
Spirit
and not
Guardians rather than Spirit Guardians, and there's what Guardian of Faith. Yeah, that's the difference. It's a third
Oh, if
level.
I didn't choose now to freeze. God damn it.
Well, Spirit Guardians doesn't actually do anything on your turn. It's on their turn. Does anyone remember if it's 15-foot radius?
It's 15 foot
10.
Spirit Guardian.
Oh, is it 15?
Nyx has
Yeah,
it. 15.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I remember that is because I used it on
The dog.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have it prepared. Fuck.
Cool.
It's fine.
Well, that's. Are you gonna cast it? Are you gonna cast something else?
No.
That didn't answer my question.
Yes, I'm going to cast it third level.
Okay, cool. It's a wisdom save on its turn, so that's fine. Is there anything you're doing as a bonus action?
No.
Cool. Drac.
Yeah, I mean, it's not okay to throw lightning at people, so I'm gonna just say to the other guys, "You got that big guy, right?" And then
Yep.
I'll run over to this
Mhm.
mage guy and try to hit him. But first, I'm gonna activate my right.
She's a woman.
Okay, it. Where the fuck? Here we go. So 7 damage.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Just-
you haven't even rolled the hit yet.
No, that's just.
Yeah, that was what I looked
activate
at. I looked
the
away.
right. And then I'm gonna attack and see if
Go
I
for it.
hit. 28.
28 just hits, yeah.
Oh damn, that's a
No,
high.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Da. I'm also gonna see. Okay, when I hit the creature. Okay, so and I do hit. So I'm gonna activate Fang of the Hunter on the blade. So I do an extra D8 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then we attack.
So that is 14, 16 points of damage. Not
Close.
resistant to any of
One.
it. 17 points of damage. Not resistant to any of it.
And attack again.
20 will hit.
20.
Yeah. Weird. 15 points plus
7.
7. Nice. Cool.
That was action, bonus action, move. I don't think I can do anything else this turn, so that's my turn.
Cool, just a casual, like, 35 points of damage in 2 hits.
Yeah.
Cool. Frost Giant, he's gonna have a bad day. He needs to make a wisdom save for Spirit Guardians.
I think it's the end. Oh no, not.
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah.
20 on the Spirit Guardians cast.
Does that mean Spirit Guardian does half damage?
Does
Yeah,
half
half
damage,
damage,
yeah.
Doesn't he have to take a d6? No.
You already.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah, from
Well,
a
you get to
Uh,
just-
wisdom. Is it wisdom?
Hold on, let me read it.
Wisdom, yeah.
Is it con intelligence wisdom?
During that time, it subtracts 1d6 from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any con saving throws.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Never
Okay,
mind.
it's just wisdom. Peru, can you roll me some damage for Spirit Guardians?
Is Peru here?
Is Peru here?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, sorry, it's just my internet has been lagging.
Oh, no.
Shit
Oh.
on.
If it helps, you could try rolling it on roll 20.
Oh,
Oh,
there we
never
go.
mind. There it is.
11.5 to 5. As this thing's going to lumber forward one step because it has just enough movement to do so. And it's going to make 2 attacks against you, Cass, with its Frost Axe.
I'm going to... Actually, let's see if any of them are close before I decide to warding flare.
Warding flare.
15 minus a d6, but I assume 15 already misses.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one, 20.
Minus
Let me minus the
D6.
d6. Hold on, let me minus the d6 before. 14. Yeah, so it goes to strike the first time and it lodges in the ground and it like takes a second to pull it back up, and as it goes in the second time it clutches its head like, oh, headache, and completely whiffs the attack. Sidon.
Right.
Wait, hold on. The giant. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, I should have done it before. It's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna do it now, but it would have been better beforehand. And as it gets a headache, it lets out a cry of pain, and is gonna use its war cry feature to get 18 temporary hit points.
Oh, okay.
I should have just waited. It's fine. Keep going.
Alright,
Go for
just bear with me. I want to just check something here. Where is it? So, how big is he? Does he constitute as huge?
He's huge.
Huge. Okay.
Huge.
I have a really fun thing for him if you don't kill him, though, so...
He's got enough heat. Don't think he'll die in one turn.
Okay.
So this won't forcibly move.
Plus,
him, but I
all
will
4 of
be
his attacks are crits.
So this won't forcibly move him,
Mm.
but what I am doing is a pushing attack.
Are you
I
running up
also
to him?
I will be running up to him. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be
Sentinel.
going about there.
Mhm.
I'm going about there. Let me just check here. As part of the attack action, you can use your immense force on a strike. On a successful hit, takes 1 additional damage die. So I'll be using my forceful attack as well
Okay.
from the bludgeoning. So now that's on a successful hit, so I actually don't need to call that straight away.
Mhm.
First, I want to see if I actually hit.
24? Definitely.
Amazing. So he takes an additional damage die worth of damage.
Yeah.
I'm also going to roll that into a stunning strike as well.
Okay. Roll some damage and I'll do the stunning strike.
Yeah. So, it'll also be as well my Agent of Order feat as well
Okay.
to add even more damage to it.
Okay.
So just bear with me.
Because it's like with Lorelei, I love rolling loads of dice.
Okay. Yeah.
17 times
So-
later.
So This is the unarmed strike here.
11, nice.
11. The additional damage die is 2.
Mhm.
Plus the D4 is 3.
Yep.
Plus another D8. That's 1 from the Agent of Order feat.
Mhm.
And then plus a D6 from the pushing attack, which is 5.
Jesus, okay. Goodbye temporary hit points. How many saves do I need to roll?
2 because
Cool.
he can't be forcibly moved because the
Okay.
pushing attack only affects large or small.
Okay. So what's the first save I need to make?
I believe both saves are the same. One's a Constitution save.
Okay, I'll do the
So
con
it
first.
is a minus. It is a minus D6 on that.
16 minus 4. 12.
Okay. So that means he is stunned.
Okay.
No way around it. So he's stunned.
Mm.
And then the next one is a Wisdom saving throw. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
5, don't worry about it.
15. So he is stunned and restrained.
I see. So he's in mental anguish. I actually didn't roll the. I'm not even going to roll the intelligence save. It's fine. He's in mental anguish. He's restrained by magical chains, and he's stunned.
So what Sidon does for his first attack, he runs forward, generating an orb of energy in his hand, calls out his attack name, Okami Rosenko, and blasts into him.
I swear I found that in Naruto.
Yeah, you usually go to the Rasengan.
No, it's not that. I simply
It's
worked
completely
it
different
out.
than original.
It is completely original. I'll explain it
Yeah,
after.
it's fine, keep going.
It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so that stuns him. As the his key just sort of overloads his internal energy and just stuns him momentarily. And then for my second attack, I'm going to stab him with a spear. This is with advantage.
Oh god, that
I
hits.
don't think you needed the advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a crit.
that is a crit.
Maybe you will kill him.
Jesus.
Jesus,
Oh my
what
God,
the
why
fuck
not?
is that?
I pressed the pink button.
Because it's one
It's
talent.
split
So
second,
it's
yeah.
two hand, right?
No, it's one hand.
Okay.
Because
So
I
it's-
have to have a free hand for punch.
Okay. It's
It doesn't
the
really matter
10
because it's the same roll. So 10, then
Jesus, I'm so confused.
yeah. So it's 10
plus the 3 plus the
and
7, so that's
Plus
20.
20
Plus the 1, yeah, 21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I've seen better days. Still up. Got a
Oh,
lot of hit
actually,
points.
so it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
20.
Oh yeah, it did 21. It actually says at the bottom the total of one-handed and one-handed critical. Adding it together. Yeah, 13 and 8.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yes, the total roll on the crit die. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
So it did a
Oh,
breakdown
that's
and then it did
Yes. It broke
okay.
it down funky style and then it hit the
Yeah.
move.
So after he stuns him, he sort of flourishes the spear and stabs him.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull out the spear and I'm going to flurry blows it.
Mhm.
Screw it. So stab the spear in and then he's just gonna box him.
Mhm.
All with advantage.
Go for it. 22 hits.
Luckily, you had the fucking advantage
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
22
Uh,
hits.
These are all gonna be force damage.
Okay. It won't make a difference, but
So 8 on the first hit.
Mhm.
Coming down, advantage again.
29 hits. Weird 2 1s though.
Yep. For 13 damage.
Nice.
Mhm. I'm then going to action surge as I'm boxing. I'm just going ham with it. So I'm going to all with advantage, by the way. 12 on that one.
12 misses. Oh,
Okay,
really?
yeah, no
Not by
worry.
much.
Final strike coming in, boxing him.
23 hits.
23.
11.
11.
He's very hurt.
How much total
I'm
damage was
actually
that?
I'm not
I'm
going to
at-
count it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
No, I want to beat it.
You literally can't win that
you
hit points
can-
you have left.
You can count the damage yourself there, Archer. I'm not going back to add it up.
Is there anything else you're doing? Okay.
That is action, bonus action, and move. So no, I'm done.
Cool. Archer.
How is he looking? Because like I have a really fun idea, but
Not
it's really
great.
it's like really high resource. Let me tell you what I was gonna do, right? And you can tell me because it would have technically out damaged what side I had. So I was gonna polymorph him into a seahorse, fly like dash directly upwards for
That
2
feels
rounds.
like
That's 240
feels
feet.
like a lot of overkill.
Yeah, a lot of overkill, and then drop him as a seahorse. So it would have been.
He did like 86 damage, by the way.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're talking 24d6. Like it would.
Well, I don't do scaling. And
No,
I
that's
maxed
it's a D6
out 20.
Oh, is it 20? Okay, so it would have been. I'm not going to. So, but he looks like a strong breeze may take him out.
Bit more than that. He's still not
Bit more
giant.
than that. I'm going to bonus action my spell DC up because I want my spell DC to be higher, and I'm just gonna be lazy and hold the dead and hope that he rolls really poorly.
Told the dead.
Told the dead, yes. It's a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom minus d6. Never mind. 12.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, he's
19.
If he didn't, I'll tell you, if he didn't have those temporary hit points, he would have been dead.
It's all right. I'm not wasting resources on it unless I get to polymorph someone into a seahorse and drop them from a great height.
Why specifically a seahorse and not?
Because it
something
has
else?
0 movement.
Oh, okay.
And he's a nice giant. It's close enough.
And it's a nice giant, yeah. So, but like the plan was to put him in a jam jar and then chuck lava. But again, it's really high resource for whatever.
For not many hit points.
Yeah, for not many hit points. Okay. So this is going to retcon slightly. I just want to thingy. I also want to make sure I can do this. Yep. Okay. Can I retcon that and have twin spelled it on both creatures?
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Cool. So just because.
Wisdom for the other.
Wisdom. Yeah.
25.
All right. I'm not wasting any more resources on that.
Cool. Are you moving anywhere?
I'm gonna get on my lovely horse.
Okay.
Which takes half my movement. I'm just gonna group those tokens together. Can I do that? I can't do that. So we're just gonna move Archer on over here and just use the horse because I can't do those.
Oh no, just don't do that.
But I can't group them, so I have to. Oh, I suppose I could just do this. Actually, I've got too many fucking tokens now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you do, James.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
your fault.
It is my fault. So he's gonna fly like 40 feet up in the air, like over here.
It's pretty windy, so it's just not going too high.
Yeah. I'm just getting it off the floor. I want to be like away from it, and like porridge is like getting an actual bird's eye view.
Slap.
Yes. I feel like a bless is going to be a waste now.
Listen, your Eldritch Blast would kill him.
I know, but I wonder about as in like support wise. We've only got one thing, which I'm going to use the Eldritch Blast anyway. It's advantage into it.
It is because he's stunned.
Isn't that only on melee attacks then?
No.
No.
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
incapacitated condition.
Ah, nice.
Paralyzed is only on melee for the auto crits.
So
Tell you, this thing has an AC of 30. Definitely hits. So this thing has an AC of 15. 9. Yeah, he's dead. he had five. He had 5 hit points.
So,
but basically, I just shot one straight through his chest.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Right, the clipboard.
the stunned condition, James, is you have the incapacitated conditions. You automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attacks affected. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll find the second Eldritch Blast at the
Close
other
the frost round, stat block, go for it. You get 2 more. 24 hits.
one. For one.
You do get a 3rd one.
Aren't we just combined level 10?
I don't.
Do you know?
No, we're combined level 10. You get that third one at 11.
Third one's at
Oh,
11.
sorry, I lied.
It says no, it's count 2.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to probably we'll give Drake a bardic.
Mhm.
We'll move
Thank
it,
you.
I'm speed running the turn so we can end the fight fast.
Mhm. Nyx is gonna hit it with a guiding bolt. You got this, Nyx. We all believe in Nyx, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she can't be as bad
Yeah.
as Shadowheart, so yeah, go for it. Oh,
Are you sure
You
about
sure
We're
that?
about that?
saying.
okay. I
Never
can't. I'm
mind.
not wasting any resources on
Never
fixing
mind.
that. So.
No, it's fine. I don't know if she'd ever hit anything.
I
Um,
think she did.
Thing.
Actually.
She's not her fault.
It's not like she's
Um,
not bad to hit either.
I just always drop volley. And as a bonus action, she's gonna.
What was so cinematic how you said that? As a bonus action.
She's just gonna hide behind. She's gonna go there. That's her turn.
She's going to the corner to sulk.
Yeah. Nyx.
Nyx.
Sorry, Maeve. I'm sorry. I looked to Nyx's stat block, so I said it. Maeve.
It's because they're both the same colour.
please
Racist.
Get it. Can I please get a con save?
Nyx is also grey. Yeah.
If they have a high con, I'm gonna be sad. Okay,
11.
nice. I'm gonna cast Blight
Oof, okay.
for 39
Jesus.
You better hope we get a
Okay.
chance for a short rest, you guys.
necrotic damage.
Hey, I'm
Fine.
perfectly fine wasting resources. As soon as the next initiative roll, I get it all back.
Um,
You have to say.
don't
I'm going to use
think
one
it does
bardic.
anything.
My resources.
It just does damage. And it drains moisture and vitality. It's
Yeah, you
worded
see
that
some
way.
of the wooden parts on it that look like constructed from wood, like start to wither and stuff.
Oh, wait, is it?
It's
Is it
not.
November
no,
already?
Okay.
Not actually a
Um,
plant person.
yeah, it's a bit of it. It's a good
Imagine if
plan
it
of
was though, then you would have.
Yeah, that would have
nuked
been.
it.
Yeah.
Is it like they're vulnerable to it if they're plant?
Yeah,
and
no,
then
they
Okay,
have to
that-
roll with disadvantage on the side.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
that's
it
it,
doesn't
yeah.
matter anyway.
Is that Maeve's turn?
That's Maeve's turn, and then
Cassian.
Cassian is gonna steady aim, fire
Mhm.
again.
Go for it. 21 definitely
21.
hits.
20.
20 points. This thing is resistant, so it's 10. Nice.
How hard does it look?
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Listen, it wouldn't like that again. I'll tell you that. Is that Cassian's turn?
That is Cassian's turn, yes.
He gets another. It gets another turn. This thing does have another ability. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to have it hit track 2 more times. It's gonna. You watch as it puts on these magical brace, like what are they called? Knuckle busters. No, knuckle
Black
busters.
and
Gonna say glasses.
Like knuckle dusters. And it like squares up to you. It's gonna take 2 jabs at you.
Not to be a stickler for the rules, but isn't putting on a piece of armor technically an action?
No, it's part of the attack action.
No.
It's an object interaction.
Also, I think you can. I think you
Actually,
can-
no, I'm kidding.
24.
So it's a free object interaction.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I can't reach that, so that's a hit.
Plus, I mean, it was all flavor anyway. So this is force damage. Oh,
Stealing my
21
thing.
points of force damage. Second attack, 26 to hit. For again 21 points of force damage. Jesus,
Nice.
so that's 42 points of damage. However, that does. And this thing is, you watch as it punches you twice to try and daze you a little bit, and you see these fey like moth or butterfly wings like sprout out from its back as it's going to try and fly away. You do get an attack opportunity.
Yay! There we go. 17.
A 17 meets it, beats it, just hits.
I was going to say as well, as in, if you didn't, you had a bardic.
Oh yeah, I do have bardic, yeah. So that's 20. Nope. 17.
Do I get a D8 on that as well?
I think so, yeah.
So, plus
So that's
3.
20 points. Nice. As this thing flies 20 feet, about 30 feet up in the air. Oh, I was like 20 because it's like flying at diagonal. And it's trying to get up the area. But that's its turn. Cass.
Yes. I will drop
Bring that
the
pile of junk
concentration
out of the sky.
on Guardians.
Mhm.
Because no way in hell am I getting within 15. I'm going to move 30 and I'm going to cast. How bloodied are they looking?
Not great.
Okay, I'm going to do a second level Scorching Ray.
Go for it.
I have to roll for the individual beams.
Yes.
Yeah.
All 3 hit.
I think they all hit.
Yeah. 7, 8. That's 15. Oh, low rolls.
I'm going to use my staff, the sun staff thing, to reroll a damage die to reroll that 1 into another one.
It always happens. It always happens with the rerolls.
Yeah.
And you have
Sorry.
to use the reroll one?
It's the same roll.
It,
So.
it makes no difference.
Okay.
I replaced the 1 with the 1.
It's looking pretty hot. It's not dead though.
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have spell bonus actions. Well,
Drac.
I do. It's healing, but I already used the spell.
I think Drac would appreciate. Oh, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, Drac.
Good. So, how high up in the air is it?
It's 20 feet up in the air, so it's out your melee range.
Oh, then just follow it and jump out in the air and stab at it.
How high can? Oh god, we can't do jumping rolls. I will say make the
I'm
attack
already
roll.
looking it up.
Make the attack roll with disadvantage. I'll say that.
Oh fuck, what's that? What's happening?
A high jump, you leap into the
Pete,
air.
I'm doing
a
it with
number of
disadvantage. Whatever you say, I'm not listening.
feet equal to 3 plus strength modifier.
12.
To be fair, if you roll high on the bardic, you could still hit it.
I thought attack rolls are automatically fails if it's in that one.
I think that is the rule. but I
That's
don't
fair. You know what? That's fair. Yeah. Second
So it's
attack. Yes.
Yeah,
With
then I'm gonna
disadvantage
try
again.
to hit it again.
22 hits.
That's that one.
So that's 8, 3, and 5. That's 16.
Plus 7.
Plus 7, it's dead. Yeah, so how do you want to kill him?
You
Kill her.
can just see me like starting to run at it and then just jump in the air.
She's like wildly swinging the sword.
How high up in the air did you say it was?
20 feet. But Drac is 6'5", plus his arm reach is probably 7 feet, plus the sword is probably another 3. Nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump
So
at
is that-
it and then like
Well, I guess the tip of the
down
spear
the sword
before the
right
jump
in
could
front of
probably-
his like stomach.
So you stab up through the stomach, and when you're like moving down, you cut its wing as it like spirals down like a plane, and is dead. And you are out of initiative.
No, I'm gonna do one thing. Like when I stand up, I'm gonna use my bonus action and use my cloak to look extra cool.
The cloak of billowing.
Yeah.
Drac, you kill it, and you look fucking sick.
In this weather, does he need to activate his cloak of billowing, or is it just already billowing?
Yes, I
It
do.
billows it. It's billowing in the wrong direction, but with the cloak, it goes in the right direction. It looks really cool. But yeah,
Okay,
you are,
Drac, come over here so I can heal you.
Oh yeah, I'm really hurt, guys.
Do we not? Before you waste more
I
resources.
can have next heal.
Well, no. Potions.
Or we could just short rest and wait an hour.
We don't know how long. Well, we could try. We don't know how long we have.
I have 3
I would
potions
rather
that I
not
can
stay
use.
here longer than I need to because
Aren't
it's
we
cold
just
as
short
fuck.
rest when we get to the Queen?
Well, we know that down this road is a castle full of people, like castle full of guards.
It's an outpost, not
Yeah,
really.
and
That's
when
not-
these
the
guards
only way to
know-
get
Constance.
there?
All right.
You'd have to probably get slightly closer to it to like go off the path because it's like a divot in the ground. So you'd probably have to move closer to the castle and out of it. So you'd probably get within 60 feet, which you might be able to be covered by the snow, but it's, maybe. I'll have Nyx heal Jack for a bit though.
Thank you, Nix.
It's fine.
That really hurt. Damn, that guy could punch even though he was...
You get
pushing me forward
20 hit
something.
points.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I managed to like punch down an ice giant nearly. I did so much damage.
Yeah, but you didn't do the finishing blow, though, did you?
You
Does
shot
an
him through my
archer
spear
have
wound.
Thaumaturgy?
Slab
thaumaturgy.
just...
I don't think wizards get that. I think that's like a cleric and warlock only. I don't think I have that.
I thought Nyx did, but she doesn't.
I think artificers can get it as a cantrip, but
I
if
can't
you've not
remember
taken
somebody
it,
used it recently to
Oh,
make
no,
their voice boom.
That was me as a res.
Oh, okay.
There may be something I can do. I mean, I can skywrite. What's your plan?
My plan was to, when we get closer to the castle, make it seem like there's ruckus on the other side so that they all go over to one side and we can get past.
I do have a plan for that. If you
Okay.
hear me out.
Yeah.
So his Archeron's going to make a big song and dance about landing on his horse. So it's gonna come down to land and like circle people. Like, and it's very clear
Slab,
he's
can you shoot
desperate
it
for
out
you
of
all.
the sky?
He's
Nyx
desperate
looks
to
up.
hear how cool he looks.
Nyx looks up and says,
Fucking-
"Just calm down. We're all fucking cold."
Okay. Well, you should have warm shoes like Ugg boots. Okay, so the
In the
plan.
gonna
meantime, I'm
take
going
your
to
fucking
heal
boots.
Drac again a little bit more.
I was going through
Thank
my
you.
inventory this morning,
Yes.
and I came across a item that I thought, at the time, very useless. However, thought a little bit more about it. I have a water skin of voices. I could take a wee sippy and pretend to be Malik and yell.
Oh.
The water skin
Or
of
you
voices
could,
allows me to, imitate very, very successfully to voices of others. And I've conversed with Malik, so I know his drawl, his patois,
or hear me out here. You could make your voice sound like one of the gods who is actually meant to be here. Like
Well,
the
I haven't
ice
spoken
giant.
to them, those, have I?
I think that ice giant was on the door to Malik's
Yeah,
castle.
you actually did. Speak to
Oh,
the ice
okay.
giant.
Oh, yes, we could. Do I remember what the ice giant spoke like?
Yeah, he sounded like this.
Okay. Yes, I so what the reason I is I could yell, guys, it's bank holiday weekend, knock off early, go home, but
I think both could work, so it's completely up to you.
Okay, I'm going to.
But-
we'll choose. I'll weigh up the options, and then I'll choose when we get there. Let me have a look. Read the wording.
Can I just make a quick suggestion? I do think maybe just spitballing. We wait an hour, try and take a short
said-
rest.
It didn't matter,
And
Simon,
then-
because you got all your resources back the moment that you got into.
Yeah, I do, but I'm on about for Maeve. She used like two of her big spells.
To be fair, it's
I'll be
fucking
fine.
cold here, just saying.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
fine.
just thinking that if we fail, if the deception fails, then we're gonna go immediately into another fight. I'm
I have
fine
something
doing
for
that.
it. I have something for it. It's fine.
Who would I have say this?
Rocks fall,
Nyx.
you'll die.
Nyx will say, how do I say this? We are right next to the places we kind of want to go. I don't know if-
these, I was thinking about that. These ones here, you mean the ones we haven't?
Yeah, the ones we haven't been in.
There was a talk about maybe trying to convince them to.
And
Join
if
us.
it's safe enough, we might be able to get a rest in there without being interrupted.
That is true.
We just have to pick one.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
So
I would
Tiger
prefer
by
to
the
pick the
tail.
one that looks like a
weird Cyclops
constellation.
or weird Elden Ring beast.
Yeah, I think the star one is probably better. I don't feel like fighting an eye.
That's fair.
Okay. But surely it's easier to punch an eye than like the concept of light.
Yes, but at least that one looks like it could be potentially more open to negotiation than a floating eyeball.
Hey
What?
guy, can
How
we
does that-
rest
okay.
here?
Sometimes you look smarter than you are. Sometimes looks aren't everything.
Also, sorry, this is James, not Archeron.
Yeah,
How is a floating
As well.
eye less like
at
prone to
least
be
it's got a human
convinced
feature.
than a fucking star slug or whatever it is? We have no idea
One looks
what's
like
in there.
one looks like it could potentially be a beholder. I don't want to deal with that. I would prefer to
Beholders
deal with the
are, like,
constellation.
Beholders can
conscious,
speak.
logical. They're paranoid, but like you can deal with them. Like you can engage with them. We don't know what this could be the nether brain, right? You know what I mean? It could be
That looks like
anything.
The image looks like a meatball with an eyeball.
Yeah,
I don't want to
but
deal
if-
with that.
Sidon, you look
Okay.
like a meatball with an
You
eyeball.
are a meatball with an eyeball, yeah. Okay. Since nobody is going to tell me how cool Masquerade is, I suggest we go for the Starlight one.
Yours is very cool. Can we just go
No,
somewhere?
it's too
cold?
late. It's too late. It gallops off.
Nobody told me my horse was cool.
I did.
You did not.
True.
Have we seen your horse even?
Yes. It's at the
Yeah,
house.
We had it
But
stabled
you
there.
rode out like
I was a
early
horse
in the
girl
morning.
first, okay? He
No,
stole my
technically,
thing.
I had my horse from level
Your
5.
horse was very badly drawn.
How dare you!
You put him in real deep. He's in flood.
Nick says. Nick says, "Are we doing this one then?"
Yes.
Okay. She walks up to. I'll do the spell. It's fine. She walks up to it and activates Spirit Guardians because it's a conjuration spell. And since I know that what.
That's a third level spell.
I was going to say, since I know that it takes a third level spell slot to
Oh
open
right.
this room,
Okay.
I'm going to save you guys the spell slots. I'm trying to figure it out.
She did something, yay!
Yay. Fuck you. And you
Drax
watch.
didn't say that, I did.
You watch as. Where's the description? You watch as. Yeah. So you watch as the surface. Yeah. So the fire begins to glow a mix of this sort of deep purple color and almost an off gray. The eyes of the statue glow that same color, and obviously, as shown before, but for Matt who wasn't here before, portal. And you will step through this portal into this chamber.
Oh, that's a
Is he dead?
I like him. Can he be our friend?
You're my friend. now.
Skullduggery.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Where's the
days,
map? Where's the map?
It's another massive map.
I'm sorry, all the maps are they're cool maps.
That
Why
we
did
sat
it
in
take
one
like
corner
100
of.
years to load this.
This just doesn't look right. Something's going to happen here.
Let me just place people down. Yeah, so you all. Let me just find it in my notes because it was on a different page. Let me place down Nyx. Yeah, so you all appear in this chamber, and it. The area is somewhat dark, dimly lit as if it's night. The ground beneath your feet sort of echoes as you move. Yet in front of you, up this sort of cracked and broken incline, is an outcropping. that sits above an endless void of stars. The closest thing you guys can think of is in Erevan's realm, when you guys were there briefly. As you saw, the stars around you, those voids and stuff. At the other end of the room, on this pedestal, is a skeleton that has a slightly blue tint to it. Yeah. What are you doing?
Does anything happen if I start moving forward?
No.
Immediately leaps 30 feet forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna canter out over the edge with the wings and have her peer down over because I can fly now.
Yeah, if Artron's going that far up, I'm going to go next to the skeleton on the pedestal.
I don't know how into it Sidon would be, but Artron can do 180 feet around.
When you said into it, I was like, no, he's not gonna fuck a skeleton.
He might.
Yeah, true, but
There might be
Is
mystery
it
there somewhere, boys.
is it only 180 feet around?
He wants to get boned.
Matt and Will, are you
that's-
okay to play for another 15 minutes?
I'll see.
Okay.
Unless just how pivotal is it?
I mean, not very, but I'm just wondering. Just wanted to say, just because I want to
I
see.
feel my eyes heavy. That's why I'm saying.
It's not that pivotal. I just want to see if we can get this, because I don't think this will take very long. Because I'll tell you, it's not a fight. I just want to see how you guys react to this, because it's cool. But if you need to go, that's completely fine. I was just wondering.
Just to confirm, Sidon, my current spending resources that aren't teleportation, my current top speed would be 300, be about 500 feet around.
Without expanding resources?
With expending one resource, but no teleportation.
Okay, you guys
What's
don't need
the
to keep.
resource?
You guys don't need to keep measuring your speed decks.
Haste.
That's-
Because if it is just the horse, I'm just going to kill it twice, and then that'll be done.
Jesus. But yeah,
I'm going to poke the skeleton.
Yeah. So you look at.
Sorry. Let me just get this right. We just walked into a space we don't know, and the first thing you did is walk up to a skeleton and poke it. What have we
Artron flew
told
out
you?
into
What
space!
have we told you about touching things?
I'm looking
Oh.
underneath. This is scientific inquiry. I wanted to do this in order, but I couldn't because I couldn't fly at the time.
You're looking
I'm looking underneath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as you fly out a little bit, you go into this void of stars, and you start to feel your breath going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm coming back. I
Wait,
have a spell for
see
that,
anything?
but
Why
I
did
just
you
don't
come
have
back?
There's some kind of I don't know what the word would be. Almost like a vacuum of in the space out there. It's like there was no air for me to breathe. So I obviously
Do
didn't
you
want
need
to.
a diving suit?
Well, no,
I
there
don't
is a
need to
spell.
breathe. Can I go?
You'd have to try and
yes.
get.
Yeah, you can ride my horse.
Well, I'll say, Maeve, as you get up to here, sort of where Drac is. I'm just gonna zoom the map in a little bit.
Oh, the horse presumably needs to breathe though.
Yes, the horse isn't. It's Fey. It's not undead.
I can levitate.
As you're sort of walking up near to where Drac
Naive
is,
hot air balloon like Macy's Day Parade.
You fly if you want.
as you move up to sort of where Drac is, you can see sort of something, and none of the rest of you don't say this. You can see something sort of blue, whitish, glowing at the edge of this platform.
I'm gonna go towards it.
Well, at this bit here, sorry.
At the very end of the platform, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll head over. Yeah.
Maeve, you can see this.
Ooh.
What is that?
It appears to be.
Awesome.
Oh, it's not a person. Yeah, I thought it was a rabbit.
It appears to be the form of something vaguely humanoid.
Are they
And
moving?
you
breathing?
get the
or-
sense it is a spirit of some sort, but it doesn't share the qualities that you've seen from some of the other ones. If that makes sense. Like it looks. It's all white essentially with this sort of blue outline.
Just because is it only Maeve seeing this?
Only
do I
Maeve
see
can see
anything?
this,
Oh
yeah.
right. Okay, sorry.
It's
I'm obviously not interested.
Is it one of them undead ghost things? Yeah.
it seems to be similar, but like slightly different.
I'm gonna just get as close as is comfortable and go,
Mhm.
excuse me?
They'll jump slightly, and then turn to look at you.
Oh, God, they just turned suddenly. I was like, oh, hi.
Hi. I've
Um,
not spoken in a very long time.
Oh, she's talking to a dead person. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to ask that
I
too.
will hold out a hand to like shake hands and be like, my name is Maeve.
The hand.
No. So when you hold your hand out, Archon's going to message you. Don't touch her.
Oh.
So I was just going through the poems. A star yet cast no warmth nor light, a distant watcher in the night. Though many gaze upon my face, few return from my embrace. So just be wary.
Okay. Then it will just be a wave.
Goes
See,
into finger guns.
You see, they give her like a wave back. They look like, well, it's weird because you can't. There's no like facial expression, just the eyes. But you
You
can
would
also.
still say the I'm Maeve thing, just to see if they give their name.
I'm, like hollow. I
That's
don't
rough,
remember.
buddy.
I don't know what my actual name is.
It's Dark Souls.
This might sound like a very insensitive question, but it will become clear. Are you a spirit?
I don't really know what I am. I think so.
See, because I can see you and speak with you, but my friends over here are not quite spiritually inclined, and they don't share.
Maeve, ask if she's the spirit of the skeleton.
Ask if it's dark. I don't suppose your body is over there.
That is my skeleton. Yeah.
That is okay.
Sorry, Sensei just poking it in the various eyes, like picks up the skulls, like. Rah, 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 rah.
It's. I will tell you, it is a perfectly intact skeleton. Like it's all still attached.
How old does the skeleton look?
The skeleton is perfectly preserved. You cannot tell age on it.
So it could have just been like Predator clean today.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make me, I'll say no check necessary. You guys can see it. There are runes on the skeleton in a language that I know none of you can speak naturally. Yeah.
Is the
Please,
skeleton
whoever's drawing on that.
Is the skeleton like perfectly clean, or is there? I don't want to say it, but I was gonna ask like, is there like muscle sinew connected?
No, it is perfectly clean. It's just a skeleton with these like runes on it.
No indents.
Huh?
No.
Yeah. So it's like it's just literally decayed into a skeleton.
I'm gonna ask.
Well, it's not even decayed. It's because it's perfectly clean.
I'm gonna ask Hollow. I'm gonna call her Holly for short.
Holla holla.
I'm gonna ask Holly. Again, another intrusive question. My apologies. Did Malik put you here?
I don't know. I remember that someone asked me for help. I think I helped them. I don't remember who it was. And when I try to think of it more, I get this aching feeling in here, and like gestures to where her heart would be.
Mm.
I don't really know.
Do you know how long you've been here?
I don't know how long I've been here for. In fact, I don't really know where here is. But since I've been here, the stars have moved a little bit. I've been watching them. It's kind of nice.
It is very beautiful. I don't know how I can help here.
Maybe can you ask about the runes on the skeletons? Like what they are for?
I noticed we noticed there were some runes on your skeleton.
Oh, yeah. Those, I believe, were written in void speech. They well, I guess it didn't really work. I think they helped protect me when I was alive.
Do you know who put them there?
No, I think I've always had them.
Maeve, I have another insensitive question to ask her. So I just
You want me to do it for you?
well, it's more the fact that you don't have to ask this if you think this is going too far, but could you ask if she died, if she was already dead when her skeleton was brought here, or if she died while here?
I don't know if she'll remember. She doesn't seem to remember a lot, but I can ask. Holly,
Mm.
do you know if you were here when you were alive, when you were still connected with your skeleton? With your body?
When I was alive, I was. I've gone through the stars before when I was alive. I think I probably died among the stars.
Do you know how your body came about being here?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to touch her.
Well, before maybe could you? Presumably, we've seen this like one-way conversation. We know that she's talking to something. Can you ask whomever it is you're speaking if they mind me examining the runes remains?
I'm going to assume that she can hear and see them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can.
So I'm just going to look at her when he says that, rather than standing there and repeating everything.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's my body, but I'm not using it.
She said it's fine.
Okay, just until we know everything, or as much as we can. Just valor is discretion is the better part of valor. And yeah, we're going to examine the runes on the cool pirate body.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna delete all your fucking pirate drawings. I can't.
It's moved!
It was asked very nicely to not draw on the skeleton, to be fair.
I know that the look took a lot of restraint.
I was trying to do like a Day of the Dead style thing, but I just don't have the dexterity to do it. So so he's going to start ritually casting comprehend languages. In fact, let's see. I'm going to use my 1 a day free to do it.
Okay.
And he's going to also examine, investigate the body specifically, like around it. Like looking for, I don't know if investigate's the best thing actually. Would it be nature or what? To like get whatever information you can, like race, if you can figure that out.
I'll just give you that as part of the looking over and stuff. Probably would have been medicine, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely obviously a humanoid skeleton. It looks.
Before you get into that explanation, I am going to dip. My
Okay.
eyes are getting heavy.
Okay.
Alright, I shall catch you in a bit.
Bye.
Hey.
It looks. It's definitely a female skeleton. Human adjacent. It's difficult to tell specifically. But
Humanoid then.
humanoid. The closest thing would maybe be human or some form of elf, maybe somewhere in the middle. It's very difficult to tell. And those runes are written in void speech. And they don't have. They're sort of like magical runes, that are a mix of abjuration and necromancy. And they seem to, in void speech and in the magical lingo, would have protected this body from looking. I mean, it would have protected it generally a little bit, but specifically from aberrations.
Gifts are I.
Okay. I'll get right on aberration.
No, I meant gifts.
Oh, I
gifts
see what you
are
mean,
gift
sorry, yeah.
Yankee as a way
I
to
don't think
protect
Archon would
themselves
have
from
any frame of
aberration.
reference for that. I can't imagine him knowing about the Githzerai. I don't think they've ever popped up in the world.
I don't think I'm even going to class them as existing, but
Yeah. They're like, if he's heard of them, consider them like, I don't want to say the tooth fairy, but like like mole people. He would like if he's heard of them, because they're just fucking out there. Okay. So female human, potentially human alpha. Any obviously no clothes. Is there any like jewelry on it?
no. Other than the runes, it's completely just a body.
Mm-hmm. Is it laid out like a shrine? Is there anything on the side of what it's laying on?
No, it is just like a raised stone slab, and it's just laid out completely flat.
Is it an artificial slab?
It looks to have been raised from the ground.
Okay. So not a concrete slab, is what you're saying?
Not a concrete slab.
I have a quick question
Mm.
before we carry on with the conversation with the ghost girl. Where the ghost girl is standing, what is that
Ollie.
material?
Yeah, that was going to be
Yes.
my next question. What
Yeah,
is that?
what
It looks
is
like
it-
goop.
It looks either like goop or like incineration. Like that is the only bit here that has had discoloration. And it's a small crater.
It looks to be sort of a slight divot, with, I don't say the word radiation because that has a really weird connotation, but like almost slightly melted or scorched from a bit of heat.
So is she
Um,
hot to the touch?
It's hard to tell because she's a ghost, but she is a little bit warm if you like put your hand near her.
This is gonna be weird, and feel free to say no to this. Am I able to like make a survival or nature check? I would prefer survival to determine what would cause that type of heated sort of melting.
I mean, I'll say no check necessary. It's just
It's a
prolonged.
star.
It's like a prolonged, mid to low heat over a very long time.
Like, yeah.
Can Rayod
Okay.
see it?
No.
Okay.
I see. Right.
Okay.
Oh, so that means like her ghost is like physically there then.
Well, this
I
is
think
going to be my
she's
next
a star.
question.
Oh.
So, so it depends how into this you want to get. So, if she's radiating heat, then she has a physical presence. She's invisible. So, because we can't hear her, I'm going to say, Maeve, I'm going to ask a question. Obviously, please pass on the response.
I can hear you.
Would you mind at all? Because and he's purposefully going to look like slightly off, like not quite looking at her because he assumes he knows where she is. I say she. They
she is right.
But he's going to look kind of like off to the side a little bit. If we can't see to whom we're talking, it's a one-way conversation. Would you mind at all if I made you visible? Or try to make you visible?
How would he do that?
Fairy fire.
It might work. I don't know if it will.
This is why I asked you mind if I try.
Yes.
Okay, I'll drop a fairy fire.
Okay. She is going to willingly choose to fail. You don't see her as she is there, but you do see the faint outline of that, like the fairy fire,
Like it's
to
like
make a
translucent
form.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at
To
least
make
we
like
know
the
now
outline
what
of
we're
the form.
looking for.
And, like when you like in like movies and stuff where they throw like sand or snow at an invisible person.
So this is a weird one, right then. So when she's talking, is she messaging Maeve, or is she talking and only Maeve can hear? Because if she has physicality, then she's not a ghost.
I mean, still only Maeve can hear her. She's talking, but it's
Okay.
hard to tell
think
because there
it
isn't no
is-
mouth movement.
I think the Greys
There's
just,
no like mouth.
I think maybe this person's just extremely powerful. Like Maeve's, like Bun said, I don't know if it was Maeve or Bun, but like Bun said, I think it's she is
Laffy.
basically she is basically a star, and she could be like a dead or dying star, which leads to physicality, but like not. Which is probably why this ghost is so weird, and it has the light to it instead of what
if
the other
she said
shadows have.
In her life, she travelled among the stars. My running theory, with the runes on her body that she said were always there that protected her from
Aberrations.
aberration, I think she could be an astral elf.
Like Galata,
Or
isn't it?
yeah, some sort of astral being who was like naturally born with protection and could walk among the stars.
So there is one creature that I know from casual glance, without looking up the character stat book, that can appear to be human or elf and retains heat and lives out in the astral sea. And it's one of those literal like heart of the star dragons. I can't remember, like radiant
Solar
golden,
dragons. I
solar
think?
dragons, something like that. So I've dragged Yumi up very unthreateningly. Yumi, as if it's under its own power. Archon's controlling it. Is gonna float over and hover near her, kind of like, "Ooh, look at how tempting I am! I'm like a butterfly. You want to let me land in the palm of your hand?"
So yeah, as Yumi's like near, Yumi does feel the heat, and obviously you're controlling it. You feel this weird like staticky buzz sensation as Yumi sort of is getting closer, and it's almost getting like harder to control him.
Okay. If possible, I'll leave him there until he is physically touched.
What's this? Points to Yumi.
Is this a bird?
That's my friend. Don't worry about him. He's very friendly. He's just come and say hello.
She like goes to put her hand around it, like grabbing it essentially, like slowly, but as she does, yeah, as she does, you feel that sort of buzzing sensation grow as she's like touching it, and the points where her hand touches it, Yumi's skin, I don't know what you call it, does get like hotter. Not to like an uncomfortable level, but like just before uncomfortable. And she's just holding it in her hand.
Okay. Yeah, he's very friendly.
Just like staring down at her hand with Yumi in
yeah,
it.
it's kind of like, imagine, you know, like a dragonfly landing in the palm of your hand, and like give it a few seconds, and then perhaps it floats off. I will say, he says you're so very warm, like our friend Nick's here's very, very, very warm as well. It's very cold outside. So obviously you can't answer me directly. Do you want to leave this place? Do you have any desire to leave this place?
Obviously she's saying this to me, who I assume is relaying.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. When I move to the like points to the other side of the room, when I move over there, my vision starts to darken. I think it's because I lose track of the stars. But if you need to go, that's fine. I'll just be here stargazing. I'm happy.
Well, my next question was going to be: do you often walk amongst the stars still?
No, I
These
just watch.
ones. Do you feel as though you could walk amongst these stars?
Sort of looks over the side. I've never really thought about it. I sort
Is it
of
'cause-
want to stay close to my body.
That's completely fair. No, my theory is we're in a pocket plane. Aren't we?
Oh, wait, this...
Oh.
This
you-
is for you.
There's
this is
no.
for you.
It could have been a teleport. It could have been a gate. We have no way to know.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. All of these rooms since before have been pocket planes. This could be like a pocket plane that leads out into somewhere.
Right, because my
Um,
my thought was, and it would be very cruel, is if Malik had captured a star, or the closest equivalent to a star, and kept it. It's like, you know, when you see animals in a zoo, and the zoo is like really small and like not at all like the actual place. It feels like that. So if this is a pocket plane that's been designed to look like the stars, the astral plane, that's really messed up.
As you're like...
I do think it is the astral sea. The only reason I say that is because of how they describe the stars had moved very, very slightly over their time here, which
Yeah,
implies
but that could always be
distance.
enchanted.
An
to
illusion.
look,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, looking out, canonically, Artron has been engaged with astrology. I picked a word, decided it wasn't right, but then decided to go for it anyway. Astrology.
astrology.
Roll Reggie.
Yeah. So he's going to glance out, try to find a constellation.
Yeah. As Artron's looking out at the stars, they look like they're in a familiar-ish pattern. Obviously, it's hard to get an angle of like where you are in comparison. But
wait a minute. Wait. What's the color of the ground again?
What?
The ground that we're standing on.
Like a grey?
Is this the dead moon? Rheator.
It's. I will say no.
Okay.
Just to be. I was gonna try and come up with like a response that was like maybe, but no.
No. Okay. Okay.
Because
Because that was my thought. Like, it's
look like
to like. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I came through. Is it something that's been made to look like?
The best that you can describe it, this just looks like a. Because if you like look to the sides, it is like these walls and then nothing.
Yeah.
Essentially, other than stars, like on every side. This just looks like almost like a bit of rock that has been affixed to a point and is like looking out to the realm of stars.
So, Holly. I think I heard Maeve say hollow.
It's nicer than calling somebody hollow.
It is, yeah. You obviously you've been here observing the stars. Beautiful view, love it. It's great. For a little while recently, I'm not sure how you would track the progress of days, but recently, within the last couple of weeks, did you see anything falling from the stars or moving much faster than normal? Because there was an item, a prism that fell from the astral realm into our world. I just wondered if you happened to see it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm usually pretty fixed on the stars. I might have just missed it.
Like, it could have been the other side as well. The other thing, do you recognise this? And he's going to take out the fragments of the echo and see if there's any reaction to the fragments of the echo, or that if they're doing it weird. Because I've latched onto the idea of this being Rheator, and even though you said no, I'm not convinced. My head lore is.
You take out those shards, and it's the only person who would see any of this is Maeve. There's like a flicker in her eyes, almost like for a very brief moment she's scared.
Oh.
And then goes back to normal. They look. I don't know. A little bit familiar, maybe. but I don't know how or why. I don't like them.
No, they're horrible. I just wondered. This place, it's giving me. It's reminding me of somewhere that I think are associated with this place, and nobody where I'm from knows a lot about them. But they cause me and my friends a great deal of misery, and a lot of other people a great deal of misery. So I'm keen to learn more, so I can stamp it out if at all possible. And I'm just trying to figure out really exactly where we are.
Well, we're looking out to the stars.
Yes, I know that. Well, that's what we're doing. That's not where we are.
Well, it's right there. So.
Well, no, I know we're here, but I'm always here. So,
I've got this.
How would I define the location?
I've got this image now of Artron doing that and Maeve repeating exactly what is being said. Artron now arguing, not with Maeve, but with the ghost who's being relayed by.
I might have to come up with a spirit chat spell. So like chuck some a spirit.
I cast a Ouija board.
Yeah, I cast a Ouija board. Yeah. I sure. So I'm making notes as well. The fragments there.
If Artron can make a spell called Eyes of the Grey or something, that'd be great.
It's been nice to talk to people. I don't know how long it's been since I've spoken to anyone.
Maeve, could well, I know she can hear me now, so I guess you don't need to repeat my question. Would it be all right if we stayed here for like an hour, just to recuperate our strength if we need to?
If you want.
And
I will relay everything.
Do you normally get visitors or anything, or has it just been you for this amount of time?
It's just been me since the stars have been moving.
I'm going to do something a little bit weird, and it is similar to what. No. It is similar to what Artron did, but I'm not, because I can't fly. I'm not going to fly out. I want to.
I'm gonna lose Sidon in space.
No, I want to just
Sidon in space.
I want to just reach out across the side here. This is gonna sound weird. Does it feel like there's mass? Does it feel like anything? Does it feel like gravity could grab me? Does it feel like there's anything there?
It feels like there is. It feels like it is a void.
Okay. So essentially, I'm going from a position where I have mass and motion, and I'm putting my hand out, and then does it just feel like my hand is just
your hand goes out into nothing?
That sounds like it feels weird.
I don't know how that feels. I've never been to space.
I got this image in my head of like, because naturally your body's always been hit by gravity, you just don't think about it, right? So, and then all of a sudden you lose that sensation in a part of your body. Feels like it would be weird, right?
You guys can stay if you want. I don't think I'd make very good company for very long.
Is this a room? Is there like walls here?
There are walls in every other side. Yeah.
Is there a door or anything like that? Any seam? Okay.
No.
I'm gonna send Yumi looking round because he's artificial. He doesn't need to sleep. To see what's like. What is this? Literally like a excuse the phrase, shoebox in space.
You send Yumi out, and he looks around. This does appear to be. You can see there's like a bit of a bottom to it, like a stone, like jagged bottom bit. But this appears to just be a semi-static floating rock in space.
How far under space the space go?
For as far as you can say.
Do I see the? I don't want to say Earth. Do we see Periphalon?
No.
Is there any planets?
How far can you send Yumi?
Functionally, let me have a look. Yumi's weird because he's a homunculus.
He's like a weird
Telepathic
creature.
bond is on the same plane of existence, so technically infinite.
Okay, what if you just send him and see how far he goes?
Okay, I'm gonna get Yumi. I'll be like, hey, Sidon, gonna do something fun. I'm gonna hand Sidon from deep in my pack somewhere a sling that like Artron had very early on, or like 2 bits of string. Whip Yumi out as far as you can.
All right, but just so you are aware, right? An object in motion stays in motion when it's in a void.
Yeah, he can fly.
All right.
Yeah, he can, like he's been able to fly around it, so we know he can control his momentum.
How long do you send him out flying?
That is
for?
a
I'm gonna
16 strength check, by the way, to fling Yumi out.
It's his dexterity.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I'm gonna say for 30 minutes, and then
Okay.
he's gonna come back.
Can you roll me a D100?
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck is this? Yeah. 91.
Okay.
That's how many red dragons I see.
Yeah. Okay. So you send Yumi out into literally space. Think of something. So I'm trying to think of something that's funny. Let him cook, guys. I'm cooking right now. Where?
So what's your thinking? Artron is espousing the many theories. So he's looking for Periphalon. He wants to be like, it could well be that we are the first mortals to see beyond the edge of the world. I don't know. I can't think that's where this could have happened. This is truly a unique thing. So obviously, taking everything, he's gonna like scout around for like a bit of loose stone that he can pocket to examine later. Cass, and perhaps it's worth you trying to reach out to Solista to see if you're outside of the realm of her grace, because well, you know, obviously we can't see the sun. There are stars out there, so perhaps a plethora of star goddesses you could reach out to. I don't know. Anyone else got any wild, fanciful things? I don't think.
Well,
Hurt too bad for you to touch it. I just wanted to be. I didn't want scorchioed.
I do also see faintly here on the rocks. I don't know if that's just part of the map or if this is.
Yeah, that's
Might
just
be
part of
something.
it's just part of the map. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, never mind then.
What
Disregard
about
what I said.
just to check if some of the stuff on the map isn't actually there? These protrusions, are these part of the map?
We'll say they're less scary.
Okay.
Is there like a loose pebble that I can steal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll steal.
Yeah. So I'll say after 25 minutes or so of Yumi flying, he comes across this cluster of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
They look like, you know, what would you call them? Just like
Well-
cluster of floating rocks in space.
An asteroid field.
Yeah, asteroids, that's a good word. And Yumi sort of lands on one of them because he's, you know, I don't know if he's tired, but, you know, he's sort of maybe overwhelmed is the right word.
God, my owner's such a dick.
And
Would let that flipping monk throw me. Why?
and he's just like sitting there, just like, I'm just gonna watch for a minute. He's not gonna know.
And you know, I do know.
And then, can you even make a dex save?
Can Yumi make a dex save?
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. +2.
Okay.
Oh shit. What if Yumi gets lost in space?
Yumi,
I think he's gonna get destroyed in space.
goes to like, okay, I'm gonna move now, and then feels this like, I don't want to say the word sucking sensation.
A truberant galorp.
feels this like yeah, from like behind it. The first word, the correct word is sucking sensation. It just feels funny. Like Kirby.
Oh right.
As from the rock he was sitting on, an eye appears, and then a mouth right below where he was standing. And this is what kills Yumi.
Oh,
Let's have a look. What the
Oh,
fuck's
damn.
that? What is
That-
that?
It is.
This
That
thing in
is
the
a
background.
sentient rock.
Yes.
Okay, that's crackers. So it just gobbles him up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll just
Um,
remove from my character sheet then. Oh,
Archon,
Yumi.
you just became pale.
Not pale. Somewhat miffed. I think I got my 100 gold out. I'm afraid we're not entirely.
I was getting rid of one of your
allowed to-
tokens.
Yeah, thank you. It actually has done me a favor. It's not entirely. Well, the only problem is now that like I don't have like a physical thing to interact with dangerous things when I don't want to risk porridge, so it's going to have to be Archeron. So he.
I mean, it could be the Pegasus.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say it's going to have to be Sidon.
No, Sidon can't fly. So the.
No,
And
but
if
I
I
can jump
levitate
then.
him.
Oh yeah, true. He's
We'll have like a
Yumi's-
balloon over the void.
So, if it wasn't clear, the reason I picked 30 minutes so we could short rest, because it was
Yes,
presumed taking
yeah.
30 minutes to come back. So I think he was just sitting around like he's just, like, you know, he's like drawn tic tac toe, playing noughts and crosses with somebody,
Mhm.
perhaps with porridge and losing, and he is, he's and all of a sudden sits upright and he goes, oh,
Obviously, Yumi didn't see what killed it.
oh right. I thought
It
it was
just
he
you
looked down and he just
you
the
saw
eye
a
in the
bit of
mouth.
it, a bit of
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Yumi saw the mouth.
something's happened to Yumi. I
Oh
can't.
damn! Did I break it when I threw it out into space?
No. I can't feel him anymore. I think he's gone.
Do you
I think
want to
he's been
go
just-
out to space to rescue him?
No, I don't think we could.
I mean,
I'm
we
not really-
can't breathe out
Yeah, I can't breathe out there, sudden. I mean, eventually, if we were to, there are spells that would allow me to breathe out in the ether. Presumably, there was air bubble. I know that for one. It's a rubbish spell otherwise. And Star Jammer Helm. I'm not going to take that spell. Don't worry.
I wouldn't let
but-
you.
Yeah. See, but
You just
something's-
wasted a spell pick.
Yeah. Something's destroyed him.
Do you need to get a new one?
No. It has been useful.
To me.
Wait, what destroyed him? Is it like, is it coming
Because-
here?
I don't think so. It was a long way away, and whatever it was ate him. I'm sorry, this has never happened before. Because we shared senses. He was just obliterated, gone.
Mhm. He was so young.
He was so young, so innocent, so fun of life. Joie de vivre. Sorry, it's kind of horrific. I'm okay. I'm not sad. That was very unusual. I'm not going to send Porridge out there. I know
Porridge is looking at you with wide eyes, shaking.
Yeah, I think
You
we
can't
should.
make me.
I think the runes on there, which I'm going to copy down, are to not just protect the body, this whole area from the whatever the fucks are out there.
Okay,
Because
so
it was-
don't touch the skeleton. Got it.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't think
I've
the
already gone
skeleton's
over that
the
twice.
problem. It's obviously we don't want to be disrespectful to Holly, but the whatever's out there, it's horrendous.
Yeah, before we go too late, I'm just going to do two things. One, you can finish short rests and just do that. Two, I'll say as your short rests are finishing, you see Holly looks to Maeve, but is sort of, saying this generally. He says, if you don't mind, Can I give you and your friends a parting gift?
Yes, of course, that would be very kind.
I just haven't spoken to anyone in a very long time, and he seemed nice, and I don't feel bad about whatever his thing got killed was, but you know,
Mhm.
don't know where I got it, but I think it's important to me, but I don't really have a use for it, because I can't really do anything, and you watch as some of the stars behind her in this void begin to glow slightly brighter and slightly bluer. And you see Holly closes her eyes and lets out this sort of faint exhale that sort of echoes in the chamber around you. And then she looks to you all and gives like a smile. And at first you're very confused because literally nothing happened. But as you're sort of just sitting there, eating your rations or playing tic-tac-toe or very slightly mourning Yumi, probably not, you can see that on top of the skeleton is what is very, very clearly a very magical longsword.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, right, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and for the sake of ease, because obviously you could identify it, but it'll take 10 minutes, you guys automatically learn the properties of this weapon, and I'll tell you, it's maybe the most powerful weapon I've ever sent to you guys.
God dang.
A +10 longsword.
No, but I think it's the first +3 weapon.
Yeah, it would be.
I think it's been +2.
Let's have a
Oh,
look.
this looks so cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can anyone use it?
When
I
you
could use it.
when you attune to the weapon, you gain proficiency with longswords, and the weapon's ability score changes to best fit the person using it.
Ah, so intelligence? Or would it have to
So
be a physical
meaning,
stat?
if it was Archeron, it could be intelligence. If it was Mave or Slab, it could
Ooh.
be charisma. If it was Cass, it could be wisdom.
That is dope.
Needing plus attack roll.
I mean, it's not
Holy
perfect for
shit,
me
it's
'cause
actually very strong.
Oh wow!
resistance
So it
here.
ignores the resistances of slashing and force damage and treats immunity to those types as resistance.
In the
That's pretty good.
new monster manual, there are no immunities to force. Force is
A
now
lot of my
amazing
creatures are
damage.
homebrews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I've been talking about this for ages. Archon at some point is going to take the Tensor's transformation spell. A lot of the stacks with it. He gets 2 attacks. Each attack deals X amount of D10 additional damage, coupled with the additional. So it's like he would, I think, do like 6. I don't know whatever damage though. Advantage. These are really cool. This is a really awesome thing.
I'm just going to read it out for people listening. Forged from the heart of a dying star, Stellar Seal
Jesus
is a blade
Christ.
of silver-streaked starlight shimmering with a faint, ever-shifting cosmic glow. This weapon was created to defend the realm of stars from horrors beyond mortal comprehension. The blade hums with stellar power, a song of the cosmos that repels the void. When attuning to the weapon, its form changes to match the skills of the wielder. You gain proficiency with longswords, and the weapon's ability score changes to best fit the person using it. Argent Edge. Stellar Seal is a powerful blade that is made to swiftly strike down foes. It also imbues the wielder with powers from the realm of stars. You gain a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls while wielding this weapon, or rolls with the weapon. It ignores resistance to slashing and force damage and treats immunity to those types as resistances. It deals 2d6 additional force damage on a hit. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, and stunned by aberrations. You do not need to breathe in space or environments with no atmosphere. Astronomical Smite. That was a sentence. When you hit a creature, you may unleash a burst of stellar force, forcing the target to make a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, with aberrations having disadvantage on it. On a failed save, they take 6d8 force damage and are blinded until the end of their next turn. On a success, it takes half and are not blinded. Nova Flare, which is once a week. Once per week, you may invoke the power of a collapsing star as an action. A 30-foot radius sphere centered on you erupts in an explosion of stellar fire, dealing 100 force damage to aberrations, 50 force damage to all other creatures, excluding you, and all creatures in the area must make a dex save or be blinded for a minute. Once you use the ability, you do gain 2 points of exhaustion. Finally, there is the Sentinel's Oath. Stellar Seal was never meant to rest in mortal hands. The wielder becomes bound to the eternal duty of the previous wielder, inheriting their ceaseless war against cosmic horrors. You cannot refuse a battle against an aberration if it threatens innocent lives. If you do so, there is a chance your attunement to Stellar Seal will end automatically. You radiate an aura that attracts aberrant entities towards you, making you their focus in combat scenarios. The more you wield Stellar Seal, the more you dream of the previous wielder's final battle, witnessing glimpses of something stirring beyond the stars, something that may wait for you. And this does also count as a relic of the servants, same as Erevan's necklace and the spear. Yeah.
Just saying, both Porridge and my Horsekin are now attuned to this.
I'm not allowing them to attune to this.
Damn it.
Guys,
I didn't know that.
this looks very cool, but then the question is, what the fuck are you finding that we need this?
Well, if it's creatures like the Echo, then this would be brilliant for driving them. I don't know exactly what they were, but they are the things that have...
Isn't Drac the only one that uses swords?
I can use
It doesn't
swords
matter.
as well.
I could also use swords as well.
This would give you the ability
it
to use
doesn't matter.
it as well, so.
It gives you the ability to use it, and it changes. Its ability skill that you use with it changes depending on who is wielding it. So for Maeve or
anyone
Slab,
could use
you could
it,
use
yeah.
Charisma for it.
I could actually see Maeve using this a lot because aside of her big spell, she only has, I think, Eldritch Blast as sustainable damage.
Would be funny if Maeve turned
Blast is on
into...
par with everyone else's standard damage.
It is true. Eldritch Blast is the ridiculous kind.
I'm not saying not to give it to her, but I don't think she has any achievements.
There is also the fact of the Sentinel's Oath. Do people want to get in battles with aberrations? And if they do want to get in battles with aberrations, like, what if...
Who wants to do that?
Yeah, but let's just throw up a hypothesis here. Not a hypothesis,
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical, there we go. Let's just throw a hypothetical out here. If an aberration is attacking someone, right, and it's a big one, say like a almost demigod
Like the
level
thing
one.
there's out there in space, probably.
Yeah, right. And we see that attacking someone, and we choose not to fight it. The person holding Stellar Seal could lose either fight it or could lose the attunement.
But okay, so continue that logic, right? We're out there. We don't have the sword with us. We see an aberration attacking an innocent person. Are we not going to get involved?
I was going to say,
I've just appeared here.
Oh no, we would.
Yeah,
But there's like a limit. Like if we would fight one that was like
Sorry, is
at
this
Malik
Pete
level.
saying this, or is this Sidon saying this?
Pete.
Okay,
I want the
that's
sword.
acceptable. I was going to say no, because Sidon, there is no limit.
Yeah,
in Sidon.
No, there is no limit. I want the sword. Sidon wants the sword.
It's a really cool item. Really cool item. So it's basically who's got an available achievement slot. The thing is, I don't wield melee weapons really, but the idea of it using intelligence or any, it is effectively on par with whatever we do for our, I mean, it would be beneficial for someone with multi attack to use it. Does
is there a detriment to having a Relic of the Savant and having one of the Chaos ones?
There isn't, no. It's
No.
technically the only way that you can have 2 very powerful items without needing to make a save every day.
Yeah. That is
Because-
also the worry. Like, I would love this because I want artifact benefit, but I would be more than likely, because I don't have a good card, I would more than likely
Yeah,
hit
so-
Oh,
hit
yeah,
it
Yeah,
with
so
exhaustion.
for I think it's just Archeron and Sidon, because Drac has the other one.
Yeah, it's careful.
If you're attuned to 2 or more of these at one time, you have to make a con save at the beginning of every day or gain a point of exhaustion.
But we
That
also
can
get
fuck
a
us over real bad.
I mean,
It
you can only
can.
get 1, because if you rest and then you obviously that
Oh yeah, it's just
is
at the end of
removed.
each day.
Yeah,
you-
but it
you
means
fail
like
it.
yeah, it means you might have permanent, disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
And it means obviously if you get more exhaustion, then it's worse quicker. But
Mhm.
yeah, but you don't have to decide this now. Obviously, it's a very powerful magical item.
Let's
And
fight for it.
you guys, I mean, if you want to fight for it, go for it.
It's dope.
rock,
I
paper,
love. I
scissors,
really.
shoot.
I use the.
I think it's really good.
the Moonlight Herald thing. I use mainly Starlight Strike, and the Holy Weapon thing. The Rebuke of the Fallen hasn't really killed because it says killed.
Yes,
so
that one's specifically if a person's dead. But we will leave it there.